Yeah, we live. We live now.
Yo,
What's
yo,
good,
yo,
Chef?
yo.
Chef said he got some beef with Just Pearly. He said he protecting Just Pearly.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, we starting off early, man. You know.
Yeah, that's what we doing.
Yeah. So
Nah.
so so this is I he forced. I ain't gonna say he forced me, but we was having such a conversation. We was just like, we might as well just live stream this out. So we
Literally,
just
that's what it is.
Yeah, so that's literally what we're doing. We just live streaming our conversation. Uh, no expectations, whatever. I've seen 1,000 already. Just Pearly topics, so we might as well drop another one. This ain't gonna be no. This ain't gonna be no difference. We also are dual streaming on Chef Shapino's channel. Uh, we can see both of y'all. Can you see they comments?
Let me make sure that I can see their comments.
Yeah, so we do
Well,
a
I can see
stream.
the comments through StreamYard
Yeah,
right now because I put out a few streams. I put out a few things earlier in the day. So, the YouTube notifications. So, some of my folks may not see my notification. So, hopefully, the folks that Blizzy and
this is
myself
this is
share.
this is from your comment section.
Let me see what we
What up,
got.
Ricky?
What do I see? I see Gabrielle.
Yeah,
Peace, 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 Gabrielle, my bro. Now, Ricky is actually coming from yours. I see Lady Navoa. Yep. Okay, Lady Navoa. She's one of mine.
that's
Peace
what's
to
up.
Lady Navoa. Right. She said, "Hey,
So
Stephanie Black, I was waiting for YouTube fam to discuss this. So should we unsubscribe to her as colored folks for this? Because we helped make her big. I'm just saying. I wrote her, letting her know to disregard our invite to do a collab. We black owned, so love you back. Okay, great
yeah, man,
conversation, and
what's going on,
I
Van?
appreciate, I appreciate what you said, my
Man,
man.
I'm like this. I'm like
Arshawn
this.
Dave, what's good?
Arshawn, what's going on? Arshawn, formerly of Arshawn and old drunken man, but he went
Old
solo.
crusty salty Rico. Stupid yo.
Yeah, I still got to clip that stream up, man. But yeah, man. So are we canceling? We're not gonna go into canceling yet. Let's start off from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, right? So just Pearly had Nick Fuentes, a known white supremacist. He openly admitted he loves his white heritage. He wants to see more white people here. He does not like the fact that America is becoming more of a diverse country, and he feels that we are fucking it up. And man, she said what? Tawana, so salute Tawana.
Peace,
Well,
Tawana G. What's going on?
so just let me cue this up. You know, we gonna oh man, these new layouts, right? You get to add media slots.
Hmm.
So we gonna I'm cooking up something right now. I'm cooking up something right as we speak. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So basically, that's this. Let's show what it said here. Can y'all hear? Make sure we hear.
And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible.
Because I didn't hear that, so I'm gonna remove, and then I'm gonna share again. Oh yeah, because it's on a different thing. That's right. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna come back.
He meant was the Holocaust was not special, and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
I deny some of the parts of
you
it.
deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You
Right.
think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished. Yeah.
The same way. This sounds. Oh, gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna
You're
get in
get
trouble.
yourself
This
canceled.
sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
So let me just see this. Okay.
So that's what she said. She said that, slavery wasn't really that bad. Slavery was not that bad. It was horrible, but oh my gosh, yes. Slavery is horrible. Slavery was all bad. But it wasn't that bad. If you look at my thumbnail, the thumbnail has a picture. This was from, I think, the 1800s. And
pull it down. Let them see it.
Okay.
They'll still be able to hear you.
Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second, y'all. So this is actually a real life drawing that was in American press. This was out of, I think this is a representation of Brazil. Black people being thrown over the boats to swim. Horrific things. But like I said, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't really that bad, And I think when you talk about what first, Chef, talk. Go ahead, talk. Because I know what you're doing. You loading me up. You pause. You getting me. You getting me all ready just to pounce. What do you feel? You're muted. You're muted. You're cooking on.
Damn it, man! I had hit your ass with a zinger too. Pause. Look, so okay. I like what you said that I was allowing you to load up so I could pounce later. It's not about that. The consistent foundational aspect of my conversation tonight, just like our conversation, was about truth. Truth. It's about the medicine. It's about the inoculation. It's about the antidote. It's about the delivery, not the deliverer. Remember, I said that now in the beginning, so you'll see the level of consistency I'm coming from moving forward in this conversation. So go ahead, state your point, Bliss.
So my point is this. Forget how much fame she has. Forget the subscribers. Forget how she represents red pill community. She is a white woman who's too young to really obviously have young experience, but she doesn't respect the fact that she built her platform off black people, with black people, and she then invites a white supremacist on and acts as if, Alex Haley was just making up a myth because it was just convenient. And I just think that
You're gonna make me take notes now. Now you making me take notes. I'm not just flowing.
okay,
Keep going with that shit you talking about.
Alex
There,
Haley
fam.
was just
Knock it out.
taking notes. Taking, artistic. He was just being an artist and just drawing a picture that didn't really truly reflect the aspects of slavery of the time. In fact, who says that people get their legs and foots chopped off? And she really got herself in deep water. And in my opinion, she needs to be held accountable, and a formal apology to the disrespect of all the Africans. Now she's in the UK, and that's ironic because so many of that's where it started. But to have a white supremacist on there and to then echo these points is just hugely disrespectful to everybody. That's all it is. It doesn't matter if she had 10 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers. It doesn't matter if she's red pill, if she knows Kevin Samuels and had his phone number himself. These types of statements coming from her and this type of content has no place in mainstream content. And it's okay to say, hey, you know what? I do not like it. Even though me personally, I know what it is. It's the same old Eminem, Elvis. Hey, we're going to use your stuff. We're going to put you on the front line. We're going to take your guitar riffs. We're going to take your talking points. We're going to shoe shine and dance just like you. But really, we don't really rock with y'all like that. We think you're lazy. We think you come in late. You're loud. And really, what are y'all complaining for? Slavery wasn't really that bad. So, in my opinion, I just really don't like the conversation. I think she needs to be held accountable. And there's nothing wrong as a black man for saying, I don't like the comment. And asking for her to really retract it and to show some retribution. But that's my point.
Okay. Point taken. Where's my mouse? Because I ain't playing with you tonight, son. I want to make sure I'm able to fully navigate what I need to navigate.
Yeah, see, you don't let me talk. You don't let me talk. See, this is Chef.
That's what you're nervous about, right? Because normally I interject. So let's talk about this first piece. One of the things you mentioned about, Lady Noel, it says, Chef, I know what you're doing. I know how you move on the panel. You're going to cook in a minute, just sizzling in the intro to the
Yes,
right? So, first thing, Liz, you notice what you mentioned? One of the first things that you mentioned was her Alex Haley assertion, right?
Yes.
Please clarify that for the folks who don't know what we're talking about, because one of the things I don't want to do is move with the assumption that each of the people that happen to be tuning in at 1:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time know everything that's going on, because if they happen to be tuning in this time, that means they have jobs and lifestyles that keep them away from this YouTube bullshit, right? So please clarify the Alex Haley statement.
The Alex Haley. Now, Alex Haley was a writer. He wrote a book called Roots, which then ended up becoming a very successful movie.
TV series.
And a TV series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depicted the African American story, starting from the slave ship to ending in Goodness, that movie ended post Reconstruction, I think. So it showed.
That was the movie that's the series, the mini series that created the character that we know of as Kunta Kinte,
Yeah.
aka Toby. All right. So you mentioned something. I'd like you to clarify what you mentioned earlier about what she stated about Roots.
What she stated was that, basically, because the author may have been quoted as saying that this was a myth story, that it may have been embellished, and slavery may have not been that bad, even though as horrible as it was. Now, this is on the backs of what Nick Fuentes said.
Wait. No. Hold on. We're not. Hold on one
You
second. You
see, you
can't
can't.
stack.
Oh, hold on,
Wait.
You
First of
can't
all, hold
load
on.
me up with a
Hold
question
on
and
one
then
second.
want me to
Oh,
walk down the
wait.
rabbit
Hold on.
hole.
Your
No, we're
Honor,
not doing rabbit holes.
Your Honor, I'd like to treat him as a
We are
hostile
not doing
witness, Your
rabbit
Honor.
holes.
I'd like
No,
to treat E Black as a
no, I'm
hostile
not
witness,
falling for
Your Honor.
this. I'm not falling for
Bro,
that.
hold on one
We are
second.
not.
I
No,
asked
no.
you. Wait. I asked
You asked me a question.
Hold on. Hold on one second, bro. You taking him up to a row. We ain't even at Nick Fuentes. All
Okay.
I did was ask a specific question about, because you brought up the first thing you decided to bring up was her mentioning something about Alex Haley and
Yeah.
Roots. And what you did was, when you mentioned it in a way that you felt she spoke disrespectfully. However, hold on one second. Let me share this really quickly, right? What she did was, she did not speak to that particular topic with any degree of disrespect. What she actually did was quoted. Oh, damn it. I was trying to be dramatic and I messed up. No, I got Black China on the screen. Here we go. And she quoted Alex Haley. He stated, "I was just trying to give my people a myth to live by." That was what the writer of that piece of art stated. The guy who gave you the character of Toby, aka Kunta Kinte, Chicken George, Kizzy, and all of them, right? The man who created all of that literally stated he went into the project wanting to create mythical characters that would resonate within our people so that we can take that mission forward.
Yes.
Which means that the work that he created was fiction.
Yes.
She didn't go as deep as I stated. All she did was mention that the guy who did Roots said that he wanted to create myth, you know what I mean? Myths for the people to live by. All she did was quoted
Oh my
what
gosh.
he said. So hold on. So now, remember, you don't know where I'm going with this. Even though you and I were debating for a minute, bro, what I'm gonna say to you is this.
Bring that back up. Please bring that back up, because I'm trying to work with you, Chef. I really am. I'm trying to work with you.
Watch this. You one thing I want to make sure that you understand, family, is tonight, in terms of who Chef is working with, it's a crew call, the truth.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. The truth.
So
okay.
I'm
So
going
bring
to
up the
parse
quote.
my
Bring
words
up
in
the
a
quote
specific
again.
way.
Bring up the quote again.
All right, let's get it.
And I want you to enlarge it. Pause.
Your walls are messed up.
Hey, I'm quick. Like, rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
Because that's,
Okay. And I also dropped it down so you can see a little more. So go ahead.
So it says on February 23rd, 1993, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says that he died February 10th, 1992.
Okay. Whoa. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, come with.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Let's just be real. It's kind of like we starting to get in that territory of Martin Luther King saying I can't lead my people into a burning. I feel like I led my people into a burning building, but that was 7 years after he died.
That was okay.
So I understand why it is important for certain people to maybe pick and choose certain quotes that may have. I understand the point, but let's be honest. We can't verify he said it. We can't even go back to the point that, hey, did you say this? He's already passed. Is that truly a fair assessment? Is that really the journalistic logic that you think Just Pearly's basing her whole stance on how horrible it was?
Okay, so let me say this. Great question, bro. So let's say this. Do we need Alex Haley to state that he was creating fictitious characters in order for us to know that Kunta Kinte was not a real person? Toby was not a real person. Kizzy, Chicken George, and several of those other
You're
people.
moving the argument.
That's not the argument. No, it's not about moving the argument. What it is that you're jumping from exit 3 to exit 17. And then now you want me to jump up there because you already know from exit 4 to exit 16 what it is, every pothole, right? So
Yeah.
what I'm stating is, let me know. If you're moving up there, I'm going to jump on the express with you, right? So do you believe that the characters that Alex Haley created in Roots are actual, real, factual characters that you can research? Do you or do you not?
No, we all know that they were
okay,
not.
so then that means those are mythical characters. Remember, I told you the only thing I'm going with, and I don't want anybody watching this to think that, oh, Chef is on this side, he's on that side. I'm on the truth. You know why? Because I've been the person within different points of my life where I was able to see things from a perspective where other people didn't. If you had the grand perspective and you are a character within a movie, the movie would be over in 3 minutes. Okay, but it doesn't work like that.
We're really arguing the fact. Hold on.
It's
we're
about
really
the
arguing
truth, bro.
We're really arguing the fact that Roots was not a real story. That
so then
every African American knows
mythical. So then it was created even without Alex Haley telling you that it was a myth that was based around factual situations. You knew this without him telling you, but you're incensed. Pay close attention. You're incensed at the fact that a white woman is saying that. I'm going to repeat that a few more times before this stream ends because I believe that's important.
Yeah.
You already knew this. It's a white woman telling you this.
Yeah.
And you take, okay, all right. That's one.
A 25-year-old white woman.
Listen.
Okay, so
naivety
doesn't have anything to do with
the fact that you, I didn't think you were going to get this deep into the water this early, bro. The fact that you, a 40-something-year-old black man, is going to show the amount of fervence and the amount of depth that you have for something that a 25-year-old white woman said is interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But go ahead.
Because she went out her way to study red pill content. She went on an outer way to make sure that she did her journalistic integrity and figured out who the founders of Red Pill are. She made sure that every talking point was backed up. Even when you talk about, 20% of men impregnate 80% of women, she knows all these statistical facts. But when it comes to African American studies and African American history, all of a sudden we have to give her a pass. She's good enough to have great studies and red pill content, which is truly a niche, but we cannot expect her to have any type of historical knowledge. It's just she's too young to have any historical knowledge. But then when Red Pill, oh yeah, she knows all the facts. She's a smart girl. I don't think that's I don't think we're gonna have to, like, we're not playing this game with her. We're not playing this naivety game. You can't have it both ways.
You know what's interesting to me? When you talk about the naivety game and you talk about have it both ways, right? And you know I got nothing but love for you. You know, I broke bread with you. I slept at your house at eBlack Manor. Okay. But I'm gonna say this to you, family. What the fuck kind of resonance are you looking for from a little white girl, bro? Come the fuck on, man. I mean, let's be real about this. Hold on a second. Wait. You gotta come on. I listen to you. I listen to you, son. But you got to let's be real about this. Let's be real about this, right? One, what made her popular? What made her popular?
Kevin Samuels.
Hold on. She was, some would say, regurgitating the words of Kevin Samuels, but not just Kevin Samuels, Rollo Tomasi. She consulted with Hafiz and the roommates.
We're really gonna do this.
So
we're really gonna do this.
Yeah, listen,
this whole
listen,
fictional
man.
story.
Look, bro,
Wait.
No. Come on, man. I didn't even land my plane yet, man. You
Go
got
ahead,
me
land it. I'm just getting
ATL,
frustrated
bro.
with this.
No, don't be frustrated, man. I mean, don't use feelings, use facts, yo. We do this. Come on, yo. So what I'm saying
so
to
we
you
know
is,
this for a fact, right?
So hold on. We know this for a fact. She spoke to it. They spoke to it. Hafiz
so that's a fact now.
She consulted. She done. Okay, look.
Okay.
This is what she was studying. What was she before she came to this sector? Her and her ex-dude, Angry Reacts, right? 20-something plus million TikTok subscribers. Her and her big black dude that she had before, right? Fine, whatever. Listen,
sorry, y'all.
The messages that she's speaking are the messages that the other people in the sector are speaking. So she did not create these messages. Everyone states she's regurgitating. Remember, I'm not defending anything. For the record, just so the people whose minds are locked into specific compartmentalized boxes, it was a stupid move that she made. It was not a move that I would have recommended. If she was one of my friends, I would have cussed her out for what she did in terms of making that type of move, right?
Yeah.
It was foolish. But now I'm talking about where we as a people invest our emotion, our pain, because pain or the emotion of hatred is a similar emotion that's somehow connected to love. So the people that hurt us the most happen to be the ones that we love the most, right? So at this point, this just turned 25-year-old white girl who's regurgitating messages that somehow created the space that we currently are in. But she's saying the same messages. And it just so happens that the mode of delivery, let's say because she looks like the girl next door, let's say that because she just it's a white girl. Let's say that she comes across, if y'all ever seen the show called Dawson's Creek, I don't want to wait, right? She's that Joe. She's just a cool homegirl that hangs out with the guys. She's a girl that grew up with a lot of brothers, whatever the case may be. She delivers the message the way she delivers it. Remember, it's not just to us. She doesn't just speak to us. She speaks to multiple races, right? So at this point, people are saying she's come up off of us. She's definitely made a move in terms of us, right? But guess what? There was never a racial issue that was brought up about her message until it came to this point. The things that
maybe people didn't listen. Maybe the people like
dude,
maybe
she was
the
saying
people
the same shit
no,
everybody
maybe
else
the people
was saying.
hold on, no,
Well,
Chef, you gotta let me talk, man.
What do you mean maybe?
You gotta let me
talking
talk.
Facts, bro.
Chef,
True,
Chef,
Blizzy.
Chef.
Okay,
You gotta
go
let me
ahead.
talk. Maybe people like me said, oh, this is another white girl who's trying to come up off the manosphere. So the racial issue has always been there. It's always been there. It's just that people don't give a fuck.
I'm talking about
people
what
don't
people
give
are saying,
a fuck.
man. Yo, Blizzy.
People don't care when the black man says something is an issue. That's the problem. I've been saying it. I told people all the time. I knew her because me and her started literally within the same
sauce. Soy sauce. Soy sauce. So you still want to talk about that, bro?
No, let me complete my sentence. Let me
okay, yeah, okay then.
The racial component has always been there. Do not act like when you sit here, what we do is we try to say, oh, well, she just was focusing on red pill content. There was no racial, it was one another. She's reacting to Dr. Umar. She's the whitest girl reacting to black rap. She's injected race from the start. And now all of a sudden she fucks up on race. We cannot say, oh, it's not about race. She was never about race. No, that's bullshit.
Yo, you brought Courtney in here to take me off my game, yo. Block her, damn it.
Courtney.
Yeah, yo.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But that was a low blow, Chef. I'm telling you right now. Pause.
Look,
you're gonna hear a lot of pause. Look, you're gonna hear a lot of pause in the stream. But no. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Stop giving her a pass because we want to save her. Son, because she does such good work she does such good work and she's a great content creator. It's okay to just say basically, hey, you fucked up.
Lizzie, in college.
Oh my God.
I was a pre-law.
We was on the phone talking like this too.
Hold on. I was a pre-law major, right? Okay. So when I look at things, and every one of my uncles, all right, my family, my grandmother and grandfather on my mom's side, 13 children, 10 children on my dad's side, right? Every one of my male relatives are doctors, right? So now I look at things from a clinical as well as in terms of legal minutia, bro. And one of the things that I'm going to tell you is this. I'm not taking a side. I'm actually just looking and paying close attention to the specificity and trying to eliminate some of the emotional aspect, because I recognize the fact that I am an emotional person. So in order for me to pull back from my impulsiveness and the depth of my emotion, I have to pull those things out in order to look at things the way that they are, bro. And all I'm stating is this. You wasn't talking this shit a week and a half ago. A lot of people were not talking this a week and a half ago. Okay. What they were talking, wait, hold on. Let me finish, bro. What people were talking about, you know what the issue people were talking about? The issue they had was, why is this white woman succeeding so quickly while she's regurgitating the words of living and dead black men? That was the question. Why is she succeeding? Okay. And they were asking black men the question, not her. They were asking, why is she succeeding when she's regurgitating the words of living and dead black men? That was the question, bro. That was the question. It had nothing to do with anybody else. And we understand she picked up in about 5-6 months 1 million subscribers. She jumped up past 1 million faster than Kevin Samuels and anybody I ever seen do it. Right? I'm not defending anybody. I'm speaking specific to the argument.
Yeah.
Specific. She
The
never
argument-
mentioned.
the argument
She
of
never
what?
mentioned. Here's the piece. I'm gonna just take you where I was gonna. I didn't know how far I was gonna get, but here's what I'm gonna say to you, bro. She can be whatever she is, right? Here's the kicker. She's never spoken or uttered a word related to the racial aspects on YouTube at that point. When people would bring up the black experience in the US on her show or the UK, she would not address it because it was something she stayed away from. So she never gave you anything. She never gave you anything. So now when people are sitting here, even though we stated the words that she stated, even though we agreed with them or people agreed with them, what she was stating before, the only issue was that a white woman is benefiting from words she regurgitated from black men. And then now, at this point, when we do see something that speaks to a potential flaw in her character and her nature, and I call it a flaw, absolutely, I call it a flaw, right? What I don't like is when now, because we don't like the math teacher, now we act like 2 and 2 ain't 4. And that's the key. We need to keep things where it is. I don't believe that we should shame the people that happen to listen to the things that she was stating before that we thought were
Chef,
truths.
this is
when
not
hold
about
on.
people-
When we thought were
Chef,
truths,
no, I
when
gotta
Kevin
stop. You're
Samuels was
going on a
saying it,
diatribe.
when
This is not
Obsidian was
about any
saying
of
it.
that. Chef, this is not
So
about
what
her
is it that you
past,
want?
her red pill stuff. This is not about any of that. This is about somebody making a stupid mistake by thinking that they can interject themselves into any conversation in regards to black lifestyle and culture. That's her problem.
When's the last time you heard her talking about the black lifestyle and culture?
What ends up happening
When's the last time?
What ended up, this is a stereotypical situation.
See?
What ends up happening is when
That's what I'm
white
saying,
people
bro.
that white people get 10 friends, they get 10 black friends, and then all of a sudden they understand everything. But then once you get into a room, once they get into a room with their white friends, they having a whole different fucking conversation. They love us in front of us as long as we're profiting. They're profiting off of us. But as soon as they get into the situation to where they have to address the direct issues that we have in our society and our culture, they fold every single time.
So, yo, let me ask you a
She
question,
folded.
man. So it's because right now it sounds like you're doing the dance, right? So
I'm
let me
not
just
doing
say
the
this.
dance.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me just speak to this. Because I see, some folks think it's about one side versus other side. This and that. Let me just say this. I was horrified. I was pissed off. I was annoyed seeing what I saw in terms of her even giving the Fuentes a stage, a platform. No question in the world. I was tight. I didn't like it. I was annoyed. I was like, oh, you're a fucking, literally, I was cussing her out like, you're a fucking idiot. You stupid motherfucker. Literally. All right. Now, here's when I started to start feeling a different kind of way. When we go into the next day. And then now, people started attempting to shame people that happened to watch her show. She happened to be somebody that was regurgitating the messages of people that came before us, right? The first woman in this YouTube space that I saw that was talking it the way that I was liking it was Courtney Michelle, right?
Right.
She's still talking that shit. You know what I mean? I broke bread with Courtney Michelle. We all kicked her. She good people. She met my son, right? What I'm saying is, though, in terms of Pearl, my loyalty is with Courtney Michelle, but by the same token, I don't look at Pearl as anything more than when I seen her and I seen what she was doing, you know what I said? I was like, oh shit. Kevin Samuels got a little way. When Courtney came in, I was like, yo, she like Kevin Samuels' cute daughter.
I didn't say none of that.
No,
She
I
ain't
said
give me
that
none
shit,
of that.
right? Hold on, right?
See,
Yeah, because your wife was there.
That's what I'm saying. That's where.
But look, hold on.
disconnect.
When Pearl came in, I was like, yo, I was like, oh snap, this is like Joe from Dawson Creek. You know what I mean? Little white girl talking that Kevin Samuels stuff.
Oh
So I did not follow. I don't follow her, yo, and that's why I said to you earlier. What you a 40-something grown-ass black man, yo? I'm a 50-year-old black man, bro. You think I'm trying to let a little 25-year-old child of a freaking white man millionaire lead me? No.
Exactly.
Entertainment. And that's what I looked at it for. So I did not expect her to be my leader. She was entertaining, and she's entertaining in terms of delivering that same message. She delivered it differently than Kevin. There's certain other people that deliver it a different way than Kevin, but some of the message was the same.
No,
so
it wasn't the same.
My question to you was
same.
this: Does
come on, man, Chef? You gotta let me rock.
I want you to tell me what you feel is differently now. I want you to tell me what you think is differently
She offers
now.
no personal experience. She offers no help. She's literally just reading a dictionary. It's like you go to the mechanic because your car blinker light, oil light is blinking, right? The mechanic comes back to you and says, you need more oil in your car. Kevin Samuels was saying, you need to fix how you drive. You need to look at the environment that you're in. He was helping men. Some of these content creators actually want to help, not just say your light is on and then charge you for it. That's the difference. No, you asked me what I thought.
You know what that means?
No.
You know what that means?
No.
You know what that means?
The thing about it is, some of us seen it before. We know what it is. And just because we didn't start from day one and say, hey, this white girl's doing this shit, doesn't mean that we didn't believe it. And half the time, who cares for what we think? That's the problem.
Listen, man. So it's I don't know if you got like what you call it, index cards there, you know, with the talking points. But listen, bro. I'm the long-winded guy that goes too deep when it's unnecessary.
But you won't let me go deep.
Hold on.
Pause.
No, I'm not that kind of guy, motherfucker.
I need to get in this bitch. Okay. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to fit in this hole.
You ain't even meet my mama yet, nigga. Hold up. Listen, man. Bro, come on, man. What I'm saying is this: peace to Epsilon Pianki TV, my guy, right? And Vaughn and everybody, man, and love for referee, family values, Lance County. So check it. What I'm saying to you is this, man. I'm being very specific, right?
You feel bad for the white girl.
Peace to my boy, my guy, Victor Freeze Music, right? I'm being very specific in terms of surgical, strategically, how I look at what's going on. If I don't sit back,
you are trying to peel a
if I don't
tomato.
sit back,
You are
and hold
trying
on,
to
if I
peel a
don't sit
tomato
back
with a
with
surgeon's. You're trying to peel a tomato
Nah.
with a surgeon's scalpel.
Nah, listen, Blizz, you're speaking to somebody else's intent, right? You are speaking to, it's important because you know why? Because watch this. You, with the movements that you're making, you would literally negate something that you personally believe in based on the disdain that you have for another person. Why? I literally am speaking to the things that you and a multitude of people within the Black manosphere agreed upon, that she's spoken upon. So when I speak about 2 + 2 = 4, if all of these things that she's mentioned prior are things that this community agrees upon, right? When we get to this point, the only thing that I believe that should be spoken upon, especially if she lines up with Fuentes, is this: she used us.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That is the point. And I wanted to save it, but if there's anything that I believe that she may have done, especially if she's, let's say if this was not a stupid move by a girl who's just into 25th year of life, right? If it was a foolish, silly move, it was a foolish, silly move. But
Arrogance.
if it was not a foolish, silly move, if it was not absolutely arrogant. That's what it say in the Bible.
White
Pride
privilege
comes before the fall, right? Pride comes before the fall, right? So, yes, the thing is, if it was nefarious or diabolical, then I will say she exploited the message in order to further herself. That to me is the most amount of culpability. But here's the problem. Here's the problem now, right? Courtney ain't do it. Darrell ain't do it. There was a couple of other people I saw did it. But here's the thing. Don't allow the fact that this young 25-year-old white woman sat with another 20-something-year-old white man to talk that shit. Don't allow your emotions, okay? Watch this. Don't allow your emotions to do the same shit when our people die by the hands of police and we burn down our own communities. Don't allow that 20-something-year-old chick with this 20-something-year-old dude to sit down together, right? There's a big-ass mosquito came in my damn door. But don't allow these motherfuckers to sit together, right? And then negate everything that we've been talking about within this community for so long. Yeah, that's key. I'm not defending anybody. I'm not defending her. The thing is, I'm speaking to what I see is the truth and what I see takes place. And I don't want her mistake to be the thing that negates all of this work. Because now, if people want to say she's regurgitating,
you gotta let me cut in, Chef.
And then he passes away, and now they put all of it onto her and say, look at that. And then now you got sisters talking about, see, all of that stuff in the manosphere was bullshit based on this young lady. That's not right. We can't allow, you're giving her too much power, bro. And that's why I say you're a 40-something-year-old black man. You're going to let that 25-something-year-old girl be the thing that makes you feel a certain way? It's a reason that I said that. But go ahead.
So I'm not, so basically what you're saying is we shouldn't get up in arms in regards to those who so-called use and exploit us. And then when they fuck up, because we are building something really good, don't talk about it because it may fuck us up too. That don't make sense.
Is what makes sense. She's already fucked up, right? She's already fucked up. She did it. She fucked up, right? She did it. So do you really believe that's the end of the conversation, Blizzy?
No, this is the start of a great conversation.
Right. That's not gonna. She fucked up. That's not the end of the conversation, because what's starting to happen now is certain aspects of these YouTube spaces now are saying, you see, you stupid niggas, y'all went and went behind little Becky over there and blah 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 and this and that, and now what's happening is the message that happened to be in Becky's purse, which was the same message that was in Pastor Kevin Samuel's briefcase, right, is going to be negated now. So it's going to be negated now. And what happens is the fact that she was able to, and you know, one of the funniest things about it, you know what, it almost feels as though people are holding us accountable. They're saying, oh, and she picked up so much, you know, so much subscribers and all of that.
Yeah.
But was it from Nick Fuentes stuff?
No.
From what stuff? It was the stuff that made this part of this YouTube space we're in big, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, it's just yes or no. It's that you see what I'm saying?
I have a whole different opinion about it.
The reality of today versus the reality before this video was released. And tell me the two different eBlacks. Because remember, it's not about me. I have nothing. I don't have any dog in a fight with her. She and I don't have any children together. Whatever, right? The point is where you level your emotions.
My emotions are always going to be tied. I'm a passionate person. What does that have to do with anything? Why is it when black men have an outrage, whether it be about their women, whether it be about society, why is it that we always got to shut the fuck up? Why can't we call it for what it is?
Up. But what's your outrage? What's the outrage? And that was just my question. What is the outrage?
Okay, the outrage, like I said from the beginning, it's about accountability. It's about respect. It's about, you know, well, me personally, I know what it is. I know when I see some tomfoolery. I know when I see a white person saying, you know what, 1 million subs is good. I want to get 2 million subs. The only way I'm going to do it is to tap into my white market. Well, let's bring up a white supremacist and call it a conversation. Be careful. You don't want to really say what you mean. Come on, man. This is the same dumb play.
We talking facts now, right? And I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. Listen.
Okay.
You may think you know where I'm going, but just rock with your boy for a second. All right. So let's say this. I agree with you because I see the play. I told you I see the play. All right. So for one, you got Fuentes on her channel. Put that to the side for a moment. All right. You know she's planning to come back to the States, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where she's planning to come back to?
Yeah, Southside Chicago.
No, that's where she's from. She's actually planning to come back to Nashville. You know why? You know, okay. You know who's in Nashville?
I think I know a content creator that's in Nashville.
Yeah, I'll give you a big content creator in Nashville. It's called the Daily Wire. All right,
somebody may get off the bus. Somebody may be at the airport waiting.
Okay. Oh yeah. Of course. And, you know, right? You know what I mean? But the other less important one. The Daily Wire. All right.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Daily Wire?
The Daily Wire. I've heard that name, but I can't think of it off the top. The Daily Wire.
The Daily Wire. All right. The Daily Wire. Some would call it a conservative think tank, news organization, right? Daily Wire, they rock with Prager University, they rock with Candace Owens, it's considered a right-wing conservative.
Oh, that's the people that was
Daily
having
Wire,
the contracting issue. Yeah. Okay.
So now,
those people.
right.
Oh wow, that's even better.
So hear me out. So Matt West, thank you. Boom, boom. Okay. So now, when we speak to them, what I'm trying to say to you, bro, is that I'm looking at it as something more of a chess move, of a business move. Brett Cooper, come with it. You might as well just cam up, and stop playing. God damn it, Courtney. But I'm saying it's a business move at this point, because her move was totally incongruent, okay, off the beaten path from where she was moving. So when I look at it,
because when she started,
at worst, I would look at it as more
hold on. Because when I just want you to complete this, because you're right, it was off the beaten path. When she first started, it was white girl reacts to King Von, took her to the O. White girl reacts to King Von. White girl reacts to T Grizzly. White girl reacts to Inglewood Hood interview. She started off this way. This is a way, when you say that this is off the beaten path.
You see what you're looking at? That's some bullshit. She's
no,
20 million plus.
Bro.
TikTok.
Can I complete my statement? When you say that this move was off the beaten path, that is the hugest understatement. When I say that she literally disrespected us, grew her platform off of us, and then to have a white supremacist in your face and then talk about, oh, well, she might be going to the conservative side. After looking at this stuff that I'm looking at now, you're telling me that I should just be like, yo, we need to keep the message. Nah, we need to start beating some heads down. We need to start saying, fuck all this. Why do we continuously, why is it as a black man when I say, yo, this is disrespectful, I gotta hold my tongue? Call it for what it is. It's shucking and jiving for the black. It's Elvis all over again. Eminem all over again. And at least Eminem love rap. She don't even really like this shit.
Listen. Look, well, I hear.
I mean, come on, man. Like, come on, man.
I'm
sitting here looking at a channel.
I see what you're doing now.
I'm sitting here looking at a channel that found Kevin Samuels, and then within 30, 40, 50 of those videos, 40 of them are fucking Kevin Samuels.
Yes.
Are we freaking gonna sit here and play dumb?
That's what I said.
Are we gonna sit here and play dumb as what the fuck we're looking at? To have a white supremacist looking at you right after. Come on, man.
Tonight, tonight it feel like
I get it.
So tonight it feel like you and I have. Nah, hold on. Let me camera right for this one. I didn't realize I was off. Hold on. I'm gonna look into your eyes, Blizzy. Right now, it feel like you and I have a child together, because you sound like you talking some baby mom shit right now, right? So let me clarify. All I'm doing, I ain't taking no sides, family.
Oh fuck! I'm taking the side.
Hold on, I know. I'm speaking to your ear, right? But you're hearing with your heart. You feeling outrage. I understand the outrage. I spoke to the outrage that I had, right? I literally stated that I believe it's either of two things. One, that she was a dumbass that did a dumb fucking mistake. And I said the other one was that she exploited us by riding the wave of a positive message that was moving us forward. Here's the problem, all right, that I don't think you're getting. If we start doing that throw the baby out with the bathwater thing, what's going to happen is when you get a fucked up pastor at your church that got caught doing some bullshit, are you going to stop believing in Jesus?
No.
All right, then. So the point is, she exploited the message. I'm not speaking to that. I'm having an issue with the people now who were against the message, stating and using this as something to negate. And I keep using the same words. I kept telling you, I'm going to come back to the truth. I got an issue with the people that's on the other side utilizing her infraction to now negate the message. That's the issue. The people that will now want to negate the message, which was everybody stated, those same people was like, oh, who before this was like, oh, she's regurgitating. Okay, so it wasn't her message. She was reciting or regurgitating the message or messages from people that we listened to or responded to.
All I keep hearing you saying is that she was so good at what she does. We just need to sweep this under the rug. This is not worth fucking up our shit. You got a bad burger at McDonald's. You had a fly in your soup. Oh, it's okay. We don't need to close down the restaurant. We don't need to exploit the fact that they sell dirty ass food. It sounds like you're giving a lot of excuses.
Excuses to what? Do you? Yo, listen,
you're trying
man.
to, because I see what you're
Bro,
saying.
Do you hear?
Really trying to
are you
say
not
that,
hearing? I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. I mean, I literally don't think, because I don't. If you actually heard what I'm saying, right? I literally sided with you.
Yes, you did.
And hold on, I sided with you, and I gave you two specific rationales.
Yes.
For that negative shit that took place, right? One, it was a mistake. Two, you did it on purpose. So then what are you saying? Or you just, your heart want to scream at somebody? You get what I'm saying? What are you saying? I'm telling you this shit was wrong. And the thing is, I'm stating is that it's either they did it on purpose or it was a mistake. And if it was done on purpose, that means that it was exploitation. And if it was done on purpose, the issue that I have is with the people that will now utilize her as the poster child for why that message is wrong.
Yeah,
which means that what she did was,
what you're saying is, what you're doing is you're raising her stature above all others.
What are you talking about?
You're saying that because
she's the loudest voice. If
she falls, all of us fall. I think that's just too much.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're saying.
You're saying basically because if she falls, people are gonna say all the stuff that we've been doing is bullshit. And I'm saying it's not that serious. Everybody can tell. Yeah, people are gonna get laughed at because if they keep trying to protect her, yes, it's gonna dilute the message. But it's time to ring the bell. Hey, ring the bell. Ship's over. Time to get off the boat. And if you want to stick on that, then go ahead. And yes, people are going to laugh that you fell with the sinking boat, but it still does not detract from the simple fact that there's a message in this. The message does not stop.
So here's what I want to know from you. All right.
So
because watch this. Peace, Gabrielle, my guy, right? So I'm gonna say this, Blizzy, because it does seem as though you are definitely incensed by it, right? Now, I watched her show. I watched her show more than you, right?
I didn't. You damn right you did.
I'm telling. Okay, you want me to give you a hint? You really want me to give you a hint?
Yes.
I was getting prepared to, within the next month and a half, to roll out to London. You know,
Oh shit! You was gonna go there.
do my cooking shit. You understand what I'm saying? On one of her shows, she was like, "Yo, fuck, chef, come on, let's go." All right. So, in terms of me recognizing this situation, I look at it from a particular standpoint. So when I say, "You stupid motherfucker," when I seen what took place, part of my heart said, "You stupid motherfucker." Another part was like, "Yo, you dodged a bullet. You important, even though you got 1,600 something subs, and she got 1.4, 1.5 million. You important. And good thing that you didn't put your brand behind her." So I get it, man. That's what I keep trying to tell you. I get it, bro. The only point that I keep trying to make is the issue that I have is this. Not that she's wrong for making those moves. I said she's wrong. One is the mistake. One is the on purpose. If it was on purpose, it was exploitation. Okay. If it was the other side, it was hubris, arrogance, and the pride before the fall. Right. But what I'm stating is this. The issue that I have, once again, and I'll keep repeating it because I'm speaking to the truth. I have an issue with the people that disagreed with this whole message or the inherent ethos of you know,
You
the
don't like cancel
manosphere,
culture,
right?
You don't like
the issue that I have is them utilizing her failure, her misjudgment, or her manipulation of our people as a way to now negate the message. That's
it's not about the message, man.
It's not.
Why do
what are
we
you
it's like
talking about,
I don't
bro?
that because I've heard that on a couple of streams.
Yo,
I've heard
you ain't
that.
listening to
I've
what I'm
heard people
saying, man.
say they're not mad at Pearl. Their only reason why they're mad at Pearly is because she held women accountable. They're only mad at Pearly because she using talking points. It's not about none of that. It's the simple fact that we know what's going on, and we're not gonna play the game.
What does
And
that
yes,
mean, yo? You just using it like you running for office or something. What are you saying, bro? Like you said, like I'm saying, man, we not even in November, bro. Like I'm not you screaming some shit at me right now, right? And it's not even what I'm talking about. Like, what
no,
you?
because
I don't
you're
understand.
trying to. I understand because what you're doing is a lot of times you're trying to make the target so big that it seems like you're shooting.
That's the point.
It seems
you are
like
trying to target something, man. If
yes,
you
we are trying to target
something.
something. We're trying to target something,
but
you're making the target so
something.
big that it seems like we're just hating on the whole thing. It's not about the whole shebang. It's not about the whole show. She can run a show exactly how she want to run it or talk about whatever she want to talk about.
I'm sorry, man. I just gave you a lot of credit for being a strong as black man that was able to move through your life. If since you don't want it to be about the whole motherfucking shebang, a black man with a daughter, with a wife, a house, and is able to do all of the shit that you do, and that you're gonna sit there and be so emotionally invested in some fucking 25-year-old white girl. What are we talking about, bro? Like, that's what I'm saying. Is this real outrage, or you gotta let me know if this is YouTube shit so I get in the character? You get what I'm saying?
No,
That's what I'm
at,
saying. Like, what we
okay,
talking
okay,
about,
okay.
bro?
First of all,
But,
first,
but that's the point I'm saying. This is YouTube. This is a 25-year-old girl that did not move you, that you admittedly did not even watch. So I want to understand, what is the impetus of your outrage? Because like I said to you, I disagree with what she did. Having Fuentes there, it was a big mistake. But I also brought you some facts to the table too, that you kind of skirting to the side, that I stated that I believe this is a manipulative move. This is a money grab. Okay.
yeah.
She's moving to Nashville. Daily Wire. Okay. She's been working with them. He works closely with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot, when you say, "Oh, you trying to target and I'm doing a big," I'm talking about facts, man.
Why can't I warn
We
my
gonna
brother? Why
look,
can't I
we gonna piss
okay,
in the wind, or we gonna you know what I mean, shoot the ducks, bro.
bro? Why can I not say, hey, bros, black men, black women, hey, man, if you on this Just Pearly thing, I think you really need to reconsider the source of your information, because you may be associating yourself with somebody who's really not for your interest. Then you got to question the information.
Oh, you talking about
I've
now?
already, but wait,
You talking about
I've
now?
learned.
I didn't hear you saying that shit last week.
I've learned rage. I've learned outrage and cancel culture. It doesn't work. You can tell the truth about people. It doesn't matter. They're still gonna follow. They're still gonna like. They're still gonna watch. So none of that matters. But no matter what, stand for something. And I'm just gonna
What
stand
does
for what
that
I believe
mean?
in. I'm
What
just gonna
you
stand.
making
I'm gonna
talking point?
speak
What does
out.
that
I'm
mean,
gonna
bro?
speak out when it's inconvenient. I'm not gonna be a fanboy. And
I
when it's
didn't hear you
necessary,
talking this shit
and when
last
it's
week, bro.
necessary to elevate, when
I
it's
didn't hear you
necessary
last
to
week. You wasn't saying this shit
when
when
it's
she hit a million.
necessary, hold on, Chef. When it's
Come on, man.
necessary to
You
elevate
waiting
my
for a
voice,
moment. Now you waiting for the fall. Remember they say the pride comes before the fall? And then there's
bro,
gonna be them people that after the fall now it's like, aha. Come on,
bro,
man.
bro. It's like okay. Let me put it to you like this: if
Man, you was
when
talking some
Tiger
other shit.
Woods,
We was talking barbecue chicken last
when
week,
Tiger
bro.
Woods,
Now you talking this.
time out. When Tiger Woods had that accident, right? He had sex with all those women, right? If those women would have done it any time before that time, would anybody care? Sometimes it's the right moment to express what the fuck's going on at that moment. So yeah, it may seem like piling on. It may seem like oh, I'm just screaming to the heavens because it's convenient. But sometimes it's moments, and you have to take your moments. And if this like if I was to do this stream 2 weeks ago, you think anybody gives a fuck? If we were to say this 2 weeks ago, no. Sometimes you got to say it now when it's hot. But you can't complain and you can't say, oh, it's not the time. It's like, come on now. We all know what this is. Like I said, tomorrow or next week, she's still going to have 1 million subs. This shit don't matter. But the one thing about it is that you're going to see some documented reference of me saying, hey, this was fucked up. I'd rather do it now. Anyway. Be a chef. Hey, y'all got to understand. I want y'all to, first of all, Chef, you want to read your super chat? Please.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna
put that on screen. Thank you. Yeah,
I'm
because it got you controlling. We doing a multi stream right now, so it's showing on eBlack's page and mine. Thank you, Miss Deb. It says if she was saying the same talking points as the men, why did the men think she was so dope? Is it because she was a white woman holding black women accountable? Thank you, Miss Deb. Now, the issue, and that was a thing that I mentioned before. I'm going to keep bringing it back to the points that I stated early on, just to make sure that that sense of consistency is there and I'm not full of shit. Okay. The point is, it was reprehensible having him on the show. And let me do Miss Deb's second. I'm going to go Vaughn Bryant. in terms of her being 25-year-old is definitely old enough to be held accountable for what you say out of your mouth. Abso-freaking-lutely. I became a record executive making 6 figures a year at the age of 19 with Sony. So I recognize 6 years past that point, the amount of power that my words and what I did held. That's not what I was speaking to. What I was speaking to when it came to eBlack, where I stated that I did not believe that it was genuine outrage. Because why would he allow the words of a 25-year-old white woman who he doesn't listen to hurt him so much, right? That was the issue that I had with it. I take nothing away from her level of responsibility because at this point, based on what she has, she's almost a white millionaire, a 25-year-old millionaire. So
she's been a white millionaire. Let's stop the cap.
Say it again.
She's been a white millionaire. She was born a white millionaire.
I mean, the parents, I mean, whatever the case may be, bro, that's the thing. It seems that bothers you as well, right? Look, that's
you
not
keep
what I'm
saying
talking
things
about.
like it bothers
I'm trying
me.
to, the thing is, man, you know, it's like the thing is your fuel only come from emotion? You understand what I'm saying? Does your fuel only derive from emotion? Because like we said, how many times am I going to say that what she did was reprehensible? So now we know that. So then what do you want to do? You want to move forward and build and think about what pieces of the message are real?
Now we got to shift the focus.
Or we gonna
now
sit
we got to
there
shift
and cry
focus,
around
right?
the ashes, bro.
No, bro. See, this is the problem.
And you talking about why this little white girl hurt your ass, hurt you so much.
In less than an hour, we're supposed to
giving
shift
her
all
too much
the
power,
feelings,
bro.
all the
You're
talking
giving her
points.
too much power.
Oh my gosh, it's not about giving her too much power. Why am I giving her power talking about it? See, that's the problem. Whenever you try to hold somebody to anything, especially when they're famous and they have a large platform, it's always move on.
You know what she did? You want to know the only thing she did? You know the only, hold on a second. You know the only thing she did wrong was get Nick Fuentes up there, because guess what? Every other fucking message she was putting out there was the same one that the other people was putting out there. So the only person that got fucked up was herself. Don't you get it? She was regurgitating the message that was already there, and she wrote it, and she fucked her own self up, bro. The only people that will allow her fall to negatively impact them is the ones that wrap their whole essence around her. But the bottom line is, who she messed up was herself. Because remember, the sisters within this space was not feeling her anyway. You get what I'm saying? So at this point, who did she harm? Did she harm you? Did she create a new message? Did she create a new subsection of the Black manosphere? No. What she did was she wrote in the same whip as Obsidian, as Kevin Samuels, as the same message, right? And it took her where she wanted, and then she went and did, guess what? She got pride and hubris and went and rode in the whip with Fuentes and fucked herself up. How does that hurt you?
Okay, you don't see how young white people,
man. What do you sound like a victim, bro.
Hold on, time out.
Listen,
bro,
a white girl moved your man. Hold on a second. A white girl, hold on. A white girl, listen, between me and you could have done a stream together.
I literally said 4 words.
The message
you gotta let me
and
speak.
then fucked up.
You gotta let
so
me
you
speak.
Want to tell her fuck you?
I'll let you speak. I'll let you talk, but you gotta let me speak, Chef.
Do your thing, son. Knock it out.
Okay. You asked me a question. How does this harm me? I told you, I do not like the optics of 2 25-year-old white people still spreading white supremacy, still saying that we are less than them, still thinking that our plight and our current issues do not have any validity because they're not that bad. That is where it hurts. That's where my outrage comes from, because I know where this goes. It goes to the next generation. I do not want the next generation of white people thinking that, oh, you guys are okay with this. No, we're not okay with this shit. That's the issue, Chef.
Okay.
Chef, you got to be real about this. This is not just about words sometimes. Sometimes it's about influence. These people, the reason you're right. You're right.
I see the pain. I see the pain in
she
your eyes.
regurgitated words of men who are searching for help. And when you interject this type of rhetoric to these impressionable young men at the time of their life when they're building, trying to find wives, trying to build houses, trying to locate areas, education, and you interject white supremacy talking points, yes, I do believe that this will have some influence.
Tell me what white supremacy
it affects me.
Are you talking about? Listen,
and it
I want to make
affects my
sure.
children.
Hold on, you talking about the Nick Fuentes interview, or are you talking about other shit? I want to make sure we know what we talking about, because we two men speaking, bro. So what I'm saying is, what are you talking about by white supremacy talking points? Are you talking about the Nick Fuentes interview, or are you talking about anything else? That's what I want to know. Because all of a sudden now, since that Nick Fuentes situation, now you're talking this. So I'm asking you, what white supremacy talking points are you reflecting or referring to? Is it from before? Are there any that we didn't know about? Or are you referring to the Nick Fuentes interview? That's the question.
I'm referring to the Nick Fuentes.
Okay, and that's the point, man. So,
but wait, CC, time out. Earlier, I tried to say that he was on the platform, that same platform, saying that, the Holocaust wasn't really what it was. Then she doubled back and said, well, roots wasn't really what it was, and slavery wasn't really what it was. See, that's
she fucked up. It was a fucked up interview. Like, what is it that you want? What is it that you want?
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, like, dude, I seen the shit. I said, how many fucking times how many different definitions or responses you want when I state the term reprehensible, brother? How many times?
But
it made me want to put the shit on the screen, because each time I state that it's reprehensible, you state that I'm making excuses, but I'm not. I stated it's reprehensible. But then what I'm not going to do, like I said to you, is me as a 50-year-old black man, is allow some 25-year-old white girl to get that deep under my skin. If I understand that she's a certain way, if I understand she's a certain way, then I understand that she's going to utilize the tools that are available to her in order to elicit the outcome that she emotionally is prescribed to. Right?
It's not about the white girl, it's about the platform. It's about the same shit that we've been trying to fight for the last 100 years.
Yo, man, you sounding crazy, man.
Bro,
tell me about the shit that you keep talking about it like this is some long fight. So tell me about the shit before Nick Fuentes. If the only thing that you got is Nick Fuentes, then you don't got shit. That's the point. You using this one singular thing. Tell me about your argument that you had with her before this Nick Fuentes interview. But you can't. So what you're doing is, I told you about that bitch. I told you she wasn't shit. See, look at that motherfucker. But you ain't have none of it before this. Tell me about your lucid argument before this point.
Bro, I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying this for a long time. I've been saying that she don't need to really be in the space. She really fake. She using propping up black women. She using black dystopia. I've been saying that. My only issue, like I said before, is I don't want to see this to continue. Therefore, this is the rage that I have. This is not hey, just Pearly said this, but she's also a bad person because of all the other stuff type of show. This is, she needs to be held accountable for this. Now I have the unique perspective to where I can say, well, you guys ain't been really listening to me. You guys ain't been really paying attention. And you even brought us some new stuff about her moving to Nashville that to me would be sending me. Imagine her going on straight white radical political stuff.
Bro, I told you. Right. I told you. That's the whole point. Listen, if I was just about an argument being argumentative, I wouldn't even have mentioned that to you. I shared that with you, bro. Okay? Look what Herman DeMarco said, right?
I'm sorry, he Courtney. Said, I see. Courtney says if it's reprehensible.
If it's reprehensible, should there be a consequence, right? So, great question.
That is actually a great question.
Yeah. The consequence is actually occurring. The consequence, one, shame. Shame. That's one of them. Another consequence is ostracization. Another consequence is alienation, because at this point, with the whole Daily Wire situation and all of that, and her sitting down and cozying up with this dude, the alienation aspect comes to the point where now, if the Daily Wire situation fucks up, she's already alienated her core audience, okay? Or we'd say a good 67% of her core audience is going to be lost.
Now she has too many protectors. Too many protectors.
But the point is,
they're stuck in it. They've signed up for the boat. They're stuck on the boat now.
Listen,
they can't get off.
That's the thing. That's for the people that's looking for a leader, right? Mm-hmm. That's for the people that's looking for a leader. All right. Me personally, when I watched, it used to be it was entertaining. Just seeing it's like, wow, this is the white girl. She's spitting some manosphere stuff and, you know, dropping the stats. And I was like, okay. I said, if Kevin Samuels had an illegitimate white daughter, that was my joke, you know. But outside of that, did I look to her as a leader? I understand a thing called homeostasis, right? Homeostasis is the natural equilibrium that the ecosystem brings about. Homeostasis is the thing that was the difference between a black bear, a grizzly bear, and a polar bear. Continents shifted. Black and brown bears became polar bears. They had a thicker coat of fur, and white, you know, because that was the evolution. Homeostasis, the ecosystem allowed them to live longer. In terms of her, she done fucked up. Me personally, when I seen what she did, it was the equivalent of one of my homies hit me up like, yo, man, I'm gonna have to go do some time, man. I ended up doing some dumb shit. And what did you did? What did you do? I did such, come on, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, son? Why would you go and do all of that? And then I would be like, yo, was it a mistake or was it on purpose? And that's why what I stated when it came to her was, if it was an error, a stupid error, it's one thing. It's still reprehensible. But if it was on purpose, what it means to me is that she utilized a good message that people followed, and she rode that message to the money shot. She rode it all the way to the money shot. But now that we know and feel that she's full of shit, I just am the person that is a historian that wants to make sure that we do not throw the message out with the bad pastor. I want to make sure that because the pastor fucked up, that we ain't gonna now stop believing in Jesus. And that's why when I tell eBlack, hold on, give him, everybody, I want y'all to send him a virtual tissue, please. You know what I mean? She's gonna pay. She's gonna pay, and she's gonna have an issue. Okay, it's gonna have an impact on her upcoming streams and all of that.
No,
She's gonna have an issue, and this is gonna be something she's gonna have to deal with.
she runs a lot of. She does a lot. She runs a lot of different shows. I think she's in a little working bubble right now, content creator bubble right now. I really don't think she cares about this issue. I think her, as somebody stated earlier, that panels, people, black men, black women are doing damage control. I've seen a couple of streams already saying, was she lying? It's like, and you got to understand, this is a lick for a lot of people. Some of them
It
want to
sounds
get
like a lick for you.
No,
it sounds like a
no,
lick
no.
for you because
some
if you
people
didn't
actually,
have this conversation, you wouldn't
that's
have
dishonest,
anything to
chef.
stand on, bro.
Chef, that's very dishonest, chef. You know that I
What?
told you. I didn't even want to do this
Tell me,
thing.
what's the last Pearly stream you did?
What do you mean? I've never done just Pearly. I've never commented on anything. I don't
Until
watch
when?
her enough.
Until when?
Oh, stop, chef. Now you being intellectually dishonest, chef.
With the truth.
We said
You
we
see,
were gonna have
whenever
an
you
open
use truth on
chef,
people, they
chef,
say,
chef. You acting like I'm doing. See, now that's why you smiling. You know,
no,
you know we did this stream
you know,
because we were talking. Look, we would be still up right now on the phone talking right now, and we said that we was
so
gonna.
we ain't doing this shit for free.
Yeah, we was doing this shit for free, so we might as well get on here and talk some shit to each other because we were literally just heated. Like we not playing right now. so literally so chef's being a little dishonest.
We missing Gail and Rilla.
yeah, we missing a couple of people who've been listening to us kind of go back and forth because you know. But like I said, it is what it is. I don't think nothing's gonna come of this. There's nothing. Like I said, it's one thing. If I was a subscriber, yeah, I'd probably unsubscribe. I mean, I think this. I mean, does it hurt her brand? I think she plays the naive white girl role, and then that doesn't really. She could just say that she didn't understand, but like I said before, she's smart enough to study red pill. But when it comes to black stuff or anything of the world news with all the black people around her, then she now becomes an expert. It's weird, you know. It's like so for me, I don't think there's really nothing that you can do, but I would hope that us as black people, especially those who really care, would come together and at least say, you know what, let's start building each other up. Why don't you go and like Courtney Michelle's stream? Why don't you go start liking people who are trying to actually help?
So that's what
we need more. We need more of us to really support each other. We should have 4, 5, 6 other just Pearly things in blackface.
Yo, you want to hear something funny? I hear you. There was something that someone said to me, right? And what they stated about this particular situation, it can galvanize people. It can galvanize us as a people. That's the good right? Word. Absolutely. We should always be galvanized as a community, right? The fear that I have, the issue and the fear that I have is that we always and often utilize someone else, someone on the periphery, someone externally, the external enemy, the external intruder, the external invader. We utilize that individual force or product as the thing to galvanize us, right? And that within itself, I believe, becomes an issue, because once you start to utilize an outside external or negative antithetical force to galvanize your community, the strength of your community is based upon a weakened glue. Okay.
No, okay, no,
So
that's not true,
hold on.
Chef.
So
That's
hold on
not
one
true.
second. It's a
You know that's
it's
not
not
true.
untrue. It's a beautiful thing.
Rodney King,
Hold on. It's a
Rodney
beautiful
King,
thing.
Crispus
It's a beautiful
Attucks,
thing to
George
see
Floyd,
O'Shea. It's a
all
beautiful thing to see all of our brothers coming together. And I get it. We should always come together, right? We should always come together. Okay. And it shouldn't be some punk ass 25-year-old white girl to make us do it. We should always come together. We should be galvanized as a people.
But
You
we're
understand
human.
what I'm saying?
We're human. We're human. We're human. Emotions invoke action. Sometimes events like this are a reflection of the negative things that are going on underneath.
Yes,
Sometimes all it takes is one person to die. Sometimes it takes one person to graduate college to invoke a spirit. That's how we rock. That's how humans rock. That's like we're not mechanicals, individuals. We survive off emotion. We make decisions off emotions. We marry off emotions. We do a lot of things off emotion. So to say that, oh, why this 25-year-old white girl shouldn't be the catalyst of why black men are getting together. I think anything that gets the job by any means necessary gets the job done. And if it takes her, then if it takes another person, then so be it.
So you know, to take next time it's gonna be a 16-year-old white girl. Next time it's gonna be fucking Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus and shit. You just name it. You know what I mean? That's the string. That's where you lay, right? Yo, put up. Gabrielle. Gabrielle asked, "Do you believe what she said is a disrespect to black people?" Gabrielle, yes. I stated what she stated, as well as, I stated her even taking that interview with Nick Fuentes was a reprehensible thing to do. So her sitting at the table with him was reprehensible. Me turning the microphone on and allowing a grand wizard dragon or whatever they called him of the KKK to sit on my platform and spit their words, right? That would be me doing a reprehensible thing because I'm allowing that person to stage my platform to share that poison with other people. So her even taking that interview was reprehensible. What she stated, what she did was she played innocent and allowed him to say some stuff. She fell back. Then she asked a couple of things, okay, and allowed him and did what's called pulling, right? I'm a corporate executive, so there's a term called pulling, where she was able to pull things from him. And then what she did was started toying with historical references that are dear to many people. So like I'm saying to you, I peeped what it was. I was disgusted. I was pissed off about it and the whole nine. But in me being pissed off about it and all of that, what it did to me was like, okay, so you're a fucking racist or you're a fucking user, manipulator, exploiter, colonizer, right? Okay. But it does not make me now believe that some of the messages that she wrote to the point that she got here is wrong. And I keep saying, right, there's a joke that I always win in the replay. I keep repeating the fact that I'm not talking about what she did I'm the person when everybody is dealing with the terror, I'm thinking about rebuilding and moving forward. And the fear that I have is the people that have a message antithetical to the one that we believe and she wrote on, that now in her demise or in her doing her switch elsewhere, our message now is negated because of her bullshit. So I keep speaking to the aspects of the things that we consider the truth and that we know are the truth. Does 2 + 2 not equal 4? Because now we found out that the math teacher was a child molester or a murderer. Is math no longer appropriate? If our pastor was an inappropriate person, does Jesus no longer exist? No, we have to chew the meat, spit out the bone, and do a filtration, especially after a crisis, after a war and scorched earth. The waters, the rivers require filtration. We have to filtrate now. We have to remember, we have to come back, we have to coalesce, and we have to start to figure and rebuild on what's important, and then what do we push out? What was real and what was real water and what was poisoning of the well, and filtrate. And I keep repeating that the issue that I have is that people who have an issue from the outside. That's why I said, Blizzy, I'm not even arguing with you. I'm not even arguing with you. Me and you are not even arguing the same thing. I'm talking about the people from the outside that want to negate the message and utilizing her failures or her exploitation as an opportunity to negate the message that people followed. And that's the key.
But Chef, I think I think the issue is that you're going so far down the line to where we can't even hold somebody accountable is what it feels like. It feels like you're saying
somebody. But your beating doesn't matter.
I'll let you talk.
Go ahead. My bad. You're right. Pardon me. Go ahead.
It feels like people are saying that there is a greater mission that is greater than your outrage, greater than your feelings. We need to maintain order in how we operate. Yeah, somebody fucked up, but did they fuck up enough to fuck us up? To fuck this money up? And I just don't want us to get into that conversation yet without holding the person that directly affected us accountable. You understand? It's like you're already at the PR meeting. You're already getting everything else together. You're already getting the statements together without actually sitting down with the person and saying, why? Do you know who you affected? Do you know what you said? Do you know what the meanings? Do you know what this does to the people that you work with? Like you are so far down the line to say, you know what? Whatever bad happens to her, it may fuck us up. Or it may fuck up the message.
How you holding her accountable? What you doing?
All I'm doing is just speaking to the
people
who
in her house. You beating the bottom of her feet with bamboo and shit. Like what do you do?
Lashes.
How are you? What can you do? You as somebody that doesn't even watch her content, right? What can you do? What? That's what I'm saying. When I say fake outrage, you don't even watch her shit.
How is it fake outrage? It's
you
not
don't
fake
even watch her shit.
It's not fake outrage. If all you're doing is
I live in Georgia, bro. You know how many people say nigga? I mean, come on, bro.
Oh, now we're gonna
come on, man.
This is our point. We
can't
hold her accountable. Now we gotta hold black people accountable. Before we hold her accountable, now we gotta hold black people accountable. I literally had somebody on the live stream tell me, you know how many black people have done you wrong? I'm like, this is not even a conversation about how black people are. This is about holding one person accountable. and demanding respect.
Okay, so let's
But
talk
now-
about it. We're about action steps. So let's talk. I want to know. So how are we gonna hold her accountable? Let's do this. I want you to give me your agenda, whatever 8-point agenda. Talk about it. How do we hold her accountable?
And I think this is a good question, a lead up question to that. Do you think she should be canceled? Honestly, at this point, I want a statement. I want a public statement. I want you to really deep dive at why you feel that this was wrong. I want a total retraction of video.
So you gotta
Cleansing-
assume that she thinks she's wrong.
Yes. So
You
that's
see what I'm
so
saying?
okay.
Go ahead.
So that's that part, right?
Oh yeah, Evie. He doesn't support her because he's not. She said by not supporting her no more. I was asking him
Yeah, I
that
don't
specific
support her.
question because he doesn't watch. He doesn't watch her. He's not a supporter of her channel. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I was directing that towards him, not towards the masses, right? Go ahead,
Yeah.
Bliss.
Yeah, and that's really all I can ask. Like you say, I'm not a supporter, but I would like to see that. But at the same time, I know that none of that was going to get done. I think if it would have been done, it would have been done already. So the only thing that I can do is galvanize the black men or the black women that's around me. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about how we can't, how this can't happen again. That's all I can do. I wish I can do more. I wish there was a way that I can delete somebody else's channel, but that shit ain't gonna happen. But I mean, it's just the way it is. So I mean, that's all I can do. But what else is there expected to be done? She has every right to make the statement. I will say that she does have a right to make the statement. But at the same time, I just don't think there's nothing more than I can do than other than try to galvanize and try to influence other African American men and women to not repeat these steps.
Well, what was the statement? I just want to make sure because you said that repeated the statement. I want to make sure that I'm on the same page with you. You said that her statement. What was the statement? What statement?
The statement.
Yeah, you said
talking
that,
about. Well, first of all, the statement is we're exaggerating slavery. Secondly, I would also say, hey, I apologize for having Nick Fuentes on there, who's highly disrespectful to other, because it wasn't that we're talking about the statement, but really the whole show was a shit show. He totally disrespected a woman on there, Italian woman on there, and said that she was even more disrespectful to Italian people because she dated a black man, insinuating that black.
It was a shit show, bro.
It was a shit show.
It was a shit show.
So
it was a shit show. My level of accountability doesn't even go 15 minutes into the show. It doesn't go 2 minutes. It goes at the point where she agreed to sit down and allow the camera to get turned on with her and him on that platform. Period. The only way that I would have allowed him on my platform is if I had the totally opposing thought process on my platform in order to debate him.
Good night, Courtney.
All right. Peace, Courtney. You have a good one. Right. That's the only way that I would have had him on my platform is if I had somebody else with equally resounding verbal temperament to be able to battle him. The whole point is the whole point. They didn't even have no black people. You know what it is? Listen, I need you to do a favor, not just to me, but a favor to us black people as well, right? Where we understand I don't like this, I don't like that. But even though I don't like this and I don't like that, I know that this is the truth. This is the truth. So far, the only thing that I've been speaking to tonight, and you could replay it, I've only been speaking about facts and truths. and you've been keep telling me about feelings, right? You keep speaking of feelings, and I understand we are oppressed people and all of that, but
So
you
you
keep
missed the
on
whole part of
talking about
everything that
that. I'm not missing the point, bro.
because
I'm
you're
getting
negating
it.
everything that
I
I'm
get
saying.
it. I can't. How many other different ways you want me to spell out reprehensible for you? Okay. At the point I'm stating is, yo, it was fucked up. Okay, it was fucked up. She got super chat from me. I mean, I'm generous with my super chat, but she got super chat from me. So I put money up in that situation. You get what I'm saying? So you who don't even watch the chick, I'm the person that shouldn't be sitting here and annoyed. And in the end, as I sit here and I realize it in terms of me spending my bread to support that movement, and looking at she's making that move and did that and did all of that shit. I used the term reprehensible. I could have said, yeah, it wasn't the smartest move. I said reprehensible, which was a negative term. And I stated that. But then also at the same time, I know if there's an asshole that's been in front of me a certain amount of time, and that asshole lied 45% of the time, that I'm not going to ignore the other 55% of the truths that he told, because I'm hurt by what this person did. But I understand you want a pound of flesh, you want blood, you want an apology, you want all of that. Guess what? Who the fuck gave a fuck about an apology from Hitler? Who the fuck gave a fuck about apology from Dylan Ruth? Who the fuck gave a fuck about apology from Son of Sam, from Lee Harvey Oswald, from Sirhan, from all of these different people? Who gives a shit about an apology from them people? You ever see the court cases when the people's giving they statement before sentencing and their apology? What's going on? They people's family trying to rip their head off. So who really gives a shit about apology from that? That's what you want? If you really believe that she is as reprehensible as you believe that she is.
No, see, that's the thing. You're trying
So
to make
what do you want? What is it you want? Like, what do you want? What do you
see,
want?
this is the
What
point.
is
This
it that
goes
will
back.
make your
This
heart-
goes back.
What will heal your heart?
This goes back to the point of what I was saying is that when you have two white kids, I wouldn't even say kids, but two white young, they basically represent the future of whiteness. Making statements like this, I do believe that certain actions need to be taken forward.
You know what it is.
But but because like I said, but if I don't get that, I just understand that us as black people, our job is definitely not over yet. And that's all I'm saying. Why is it that when we talk about things, all of a sudden it becomes as if we're just so consumed about it? Maybe we're just talking. Maybe we're just having a conversation. Hey, what we're gonna do about this? But every time we talk about things, it's like, oh, you're just so upset and you're over arms and you can't sleep at night. No, after the stream, I'm going straight to sleep. I'm gonna have a good night. The next day, I'm gonna do my real life
fuck
stuff.
you, chef. He's like, you fucked up my outrage moment, chef. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, you fucking up. Like, I'm just having an out. I'm just talking shit, just like everybody else on this motherfucker. At least I'm talking shit about something that I care about. Instead of fake outrage about baby mamas and I can't get a date, like stuff like that. So at the very least, a black man is speaking his opinion, and we should be able to speak our opinion freely, and we should have expectations. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna change our whole life. This is not gonna be people in the streets like George Floyd. This is not gonna be Black Lives Matter level stuff. And nobody's treating it like that. So what people are doing is just they're really trying to lessen the accountability. Why are you so upset? What is this doing to your life? What is going to change? You know what? All that's fair, but it doesn't matter. Can a black man speak about something that he feels is reprehensible? Can he speak about it? Can he galvanize his people?
Ask Miss Deb.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Check Miss Deb out. Peace to Miss Deb. My first viewer to ever hold me accountable via email. She said, but what was her bless?
Thank you.
Ms. Deb stated, what was her great message before her slip up? Black women are out of order.
No, it's American women. Oh no, Western women.
No, it was the term she would use was modern women.
Yes.
Now remember, she used the term Western women as well, but Western women don't singularly encompass the U.S. It also encompasses the Western world, which is European women as well. All right. So women in Europe are considered Western women as well. Right. So modern women. Now, the thing is, the message that she was espousing, it was the message that is the current message within these spaces. Yeah. That allowed her the comfy, quiet slippers to be able to move. Let's say she was a plant. Let's say she's a plant, right? It allowed her the fuzzy, quiet, comfy slippers to be able to tiptoe within our realm. Listen to our conversations. Repeat our words. Share it with others and study it. She's a great study, right? And then
debatable.
Hold on, wait. Just hear what I'm saying. Nothing that she stated, you did not hear from another content creator. We know that already. Okay, so that don't matter. Nothing that she stated you heard that you did not hear from someone else. So, like I stated, she was able to find her way into our spot. Comfy, quiet shoes to be able to tiptoe around. She read our books. She studied us more than some of us studied us. And she was able to parrot our words, right? Yeah. Okay. Whose words did she parrot? Listen.
Okay.
Our words. So if she's coming in now, you see that's what you see what's going on right now. You see the eyes closed. That's what's called an emotional response, right? In terms of physical pantomimes, that's an emotional response you give her right there.
You're doing the same thing over and over again.
The same thing.
You're trying to take it to the message.
You're confronted with the truth. You're gonna take it. I always wanted to replay, bro. Go ahead, knock yourself up.
It's the constant thing where you're trying to you're trying to make our outrage or our accountability about her message. We're not talking about the message.
Yo, don't pull them in with you. Talking about your outrage, yo. It's like, you see, he's doing yo, Chef is messing with us, y'all. Nah, nigga. I'm trying that shit. He's like, yo, Chef is trying to fuck with us, y'all. Come on. This ain't Jerry Maguire. Come on, we all quitting.
I'm trying to get everybody on here. Speaking of getting everybody on here, hold on, let me make sure this is her. Yeah, that's her. Greetings.
Hi, Black.
Hey, Andrea Lynch. In the words of Andrea Lynch, she Black. That's some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
It is. So, Black, I got questions. Okay, so what will make you happy? What do you want Pearl to do? Do you want her to take sensitivity classes? Do you want her to apologize? What do you want her to do?
No, I do want an apology, and I would like a retraction with a full understanding of why those messages are dangerous.
Okay, but this, like, I have watched some of her stuff. Okay, but some of her stuff is really pretty much talking about like what the Black women are doing and what the community is doing. So this one mistake makes her get canceled I'm just
I didn't say cancel. I just said I would like an apology. Accountability. You got to understand, these are two 25-year-old white kids talking about slavery and Holocaust. Like,
yes.
like we got to put these in perspective. And I said it before earlier. I said, you got to understand that the audience, these are people who want entertainment, but not only want entertainment, but they're looking for answers. They're developing.
But do you think all of them
Yeah,
looking?
it was crazy, Andrea. For the side note, I do want to tell you, Andrea,
Yes.
it was like I said, there was nothing good about that conversation.
Okay.
There wasn't. This is not something where I could be like, where at this point, I don't want, me personally, I don't want an apology, because if it's at that point where people really believe that it is, don't nobody want an apology from Hitler. Don't nobody want an apology from David Duke. You know what I mean? Don't nobody want an apology from the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, because you understand who that is and you understand that apology. You get what I'm saying? What she did, it was wrong. It was wrong. I even see Gabrielle saying, I saw the whole conversation, bro. It was wrong. I even spoke to, she played a game where she was playing innocent, like, oh, I don't know. And she did an actual conversational thing that we use in corporate America when we're training people, called pulling, where she played like she didn't know in order to make him bring certain things she wanted him to bring out. There was nothing good about that conversation.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing good about that conversation. It was not a good conversation. It was reprehensible.
And let me be clear, apology doesn't necessarily make it the heels or the scars to go away, but it's a way of showing that you listened to the outrage or to the pain that you inflicted. Does that make sense? Sometimes
that makes sense.
Yeah,
sometimes
my mama always told me.
Sometimes just saying sorry will make you feel like, okay, I may not still trust you, but at least you understand the reason why I'm requesting this.
Yeah, my mama also told me to learn how to accept the apology that I never received from a person.
And for me,
you know what that means?
Yes, maybe you will never receive the apology, but you'll have to move on.
Yeah.
But for me, for me, it's changed behavior. So she has changed behavior going forward. I'm not saying this change. This is just gonna change everything, but if she has changed behavior going forward, and I did have one question, eBlack, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the great people who are journalism, they interview people that we didn't want them to interview, people that they didn't want to interview, but they went on ahead and did it because that was their job, and that sometimes they do. Great journalism interview people that we don't like. So I'm just saying, yes, maybe it was the wrong person to interview, but great people who interview people they don't like sometimes.
Yeah, I get it. But I think I think that's also a what do you say? It's almost a way to say, you know what, this was not the time. Maybe when you're bigger and you can avoid accountability. I think the way that she built her I get it. A lot of people don't know who she was or how she grew up. I literally saw it kind of fruitioning in real time. Like, oh, okay, this girl's doing Kevin Samuels reaction videos, just like everybody else at the time in 2001. May. So for me, I'm just kind of like, you built your platform off Black faces, Black identity. Then you injected race to your own self. So I just think it's just dumb for you to and insulting for you to bring Nick Fuentes on. I just think you owe the people that are on, like, who give you the biggest clips and the talking points, for you just to just sit there and just basically smack us in the face and say, you know what, I love you guys, we're big now, but we're gonna move on to white politics.
Okay,
You
so
get what I'm saying? It's kind of like an insult. It's like,
yeah, moment. So do you think she have? Do you think now that she has bigger, now that she has built her platform off of Kevin Samuels and everything? Do you think she has changed since she's bigger now?
I
And
think
she's moving to her culture now.
yes, I think this is just like Iggy Azalea.
Okay.
Once she realized that white people actually like her, she's gonna stick around the white people.
That's not
And
what
I think
happened. That's
I,
not what happened. I know I got connected to that. That's not the same thing, and that's totally different.
but you know,
And to be, if you really want to talk about the Iggy Azalea situation, if you really want to talk about it,
I read
okay,
that in the article, Chef.
okay,
Okay.
it was reverse colonization. Okay, all right, we talk about it because if y'all remember who Iggy Azalea was signed to. Who was the
T.I.
person that quote unquote discovered her and put Iggy Azalea out? Who was it? E-Black? Who
Ti,
was
that
it?
was
T.I.
Ti.
Thank you. Okay. It was T.I.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened was he pulled her up, propped her up, helped write the stuff and all of that. And then she went and started messing with Swaggy P with Nick Young, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then after that, that's when the conversations and the sisters and the internet started talking, and then people started talking and have an issue, and then they started going at T.I. and eventually he didn't renew her contract and he cut her loose and he took a L behind it. All right. And he didn't defend, that was his artist, and he took a L, took a L for the community. But yo, Evie stated, I didn't know Chef was a big supporter of hers. What was it about it that you aligned with? I never said that I'm a big supporter of hers.
You
I
spent
watched her
money.
show, and when I
You probably spent more
can I
super
add-
chats. You
so-
probably gave her more super chats than you gave eBlackTV and Andrea.
First of all, I never gave eBlackTV a super chat.
Okay.
Let me stop. Shut up. First of all, so it's not. I'm not even defending her. Evie, when you watch this stream, all right, watch it again. I'm not defending her. There's not one thing that I said that she did was right tonight. I did not state she was right. I did not defend her whatsoever. What I did state was, because the stupid and reprehensible move that she made the other day in terms of sitting with Nick Fuentes, I don't want the other people that's around to utilize that to throw the baby out with the bathwater. She's not the baby. The baby is the truths that she had spoken. The baby is the message that she rode from point A all the way to point Q, right? She screwed up. She ain't making the Z.
Chef,
but that message that
one is
she
for you,
wrote,
Chef.
that
This one is for
message
you,
that
Chef.
she wrote,
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
and it looked like E-Black. You see that? That message that she wrote from point A to point Q was a message that resonates with a lot of people. And we don't want, just because this 25-year-old white girl fucked around and did some bullshit, that now we're going to ignore the message that was not even hers. It was a regurgitated message, as people stated, but it was regurgitated from people that was telling the truth. Don't throw out the truth with the person that was misusing the truth. Even the devil utilizes scripture and utilizes truths in order to subvert what you do, in order to twist you. Even Satan will utilize the truth and his knowledge and your knowledge of biblical facts to make you go the wrong way. So what I'm stating is, don't allow this person's misdeed to now this 25-year-old white girl to change your whole outlook on everything. Y'all didn't even know her ass last year. But she's impacted you so much, or is it the fact that she's impacted so many other people that she was able to gain 1 million subs in 5 months?
She did
Is that
really
what it
good, though.
is?
I ain't gonna
Because
lie.
that's the issue when I hear, because now let's talk to the shaming, what's happening now. And I said it before, and you rewind it, you see it. I said it before. One of the issues that I have now is there's people that are coming now to the folks that might have paid attention to her, and they said, oh, you see this shit? You see this shit? Oh, y'all helped her go this far. Y'all helped her get this high and all of that. Yo, you think it was only black men that made her grow? In the U.S., we only remember the percentage that we play. If black people are only 13, 14, let's say 14 a maximum percent of this country, and we do a 50-50 split, that means there's only 7% black men. 7%. Do you think 7% of the population, and then you extrapolate down of how many do YouTube and watch YouTube? So do we really believe that it's black men that pushed her through?
Yes. When you build your platform off black faces, bro, come on, man.
You missed it, bro.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. We're only 7% of the population. YouTube only has 30%.
Out of the 7% of the population, you won't even get 3%, not even 3% of the black male population are YouTubers on YouTube like that, bro. You realize that? So do you believe that this small fraction of men, and she's located in the UK, which means she has Europe as well, do you sincerely believe that her platform was all black men?
I don't believe that her platform. I don't believe that her platform is built off necessarily all black men. I do believe that her platform was built off the black plight, and that's just my opinion. So,
wait, off the black plight? What black plight? The stuff she was talking about was common to black and white people. She would. What do you mean the black plight? Talk to me about that. Because
did you not see the King Von video? Did you not see the King Von video? Did you not see like do you not understand that she literally targeted African American culture and lifestyle? And just because she's now kind of made it generic red pill talking points, now all of a sudden it's not black plight, but you have all black cast, and it's like, come on now, we can't be. I can't play dumb, man. I'm not gonna play this card to where it's like, well, she never specifically said black woman. She used the word modern women. Like,
interesting.
And then like I could understand that if she started out a different way.
That's interesting, because if she had a staff of 12 people and had one Negro up there, you would be the same one talking about all she got is a token nigga on her show. Okay, it's like, bro, it's like seesaw with you, man.
It's like, how? Because you keep moving.
You're talking about that she has a predominantly black staff.
She has, yes.
So, but you know what? You watch this. You know what you're doing, yo?
No.
What you're doing, that thought process is also a detriment to the people. Why would you not think that she has a great staff? Zara,
I didn't say that she didn't have a great
Auntie
staff.
Jenny, great. Blessing, right? Those people that's on their staff, great people. King Richards, right? He was on my show. You know what I mean? He been on my channel already, right? So what I'm stating to you is this.
Oh, wait a second. Y'all that close? Hold on. I like just Pearly things. King Richie is a dope individual.
No, I actually, no.
Come on, man.
King Richard was on my show before even Pearl was out there, before I even knew she was. He's working with her now, right? But what I'm stating to you is, by making that statement, you know what you're doing? You're
What am I
taking
doing,
away.
Chef?
You're
What am I
taking
doing?
away from the skills of those black people that's working there.
Yes.
You're talking about them like they're just some fucking token niggas.
No.
You don't even know who these people are. You don't even watch the shit, bro. Do you
Bro.
realize these people got their own network? Do you know that these people are 30, 40,000 on their own? That's what I'm saying to you. But because you want to empower this 25-year-old chick, you're disrespecting those black people that are working hard. And this is the issue that I have. And this is the issue that I was talking about from the beginning. That you're going to give so much goddamn power to her that at this point now, you're talking about the black people that work with her as though they're not worth it and that they're just tools for her. When in fact, they can actually be really great tacticians at what they do. You're willing to.
I agree.
That's slavery mentality. You giving the power to massa.
But that's the point. I agree. I agree that she has a lot of great African American, African Caribbean, African English men, whatever their terms are up there. She has so much of those influences. And that makes a great show. That's the point, Chef. That is the point. That is the exact same point that I'm making. Is that because of the black plight?
Gabrielle.
What part do? Because I've heard that statement being said before. But what part of saying that, hey, you have a black show and you're profiting off a black show, can we get some respect? But no, the one time you do have an interview with a white supremacist, ain't no black people there.
Hold on a second. You see now you're being dishonest to these people. You're being dishonest, and I got to clear up the dishonesty. And I'm gonna answer Gabrielle in terms of helping clear up the dishonesty. Gabrielle says she does have lots of black folks as part of her staff. She should be more mindful of what she say. You are absolutely correct, Gabrielle. This one show with Nick Fuentes that just happened, that was the time where she said the messed up stuff. And that's what's reprehensible. And that is what's turning over the table on her right now. She wasn't saying any of it before. What was happening was eBlack and different folks that was thinking like him was saying, why is this white girl moving up so quickly in this space? But nobody had any smoking gun. There was no words. There was no nothing until a few days ago. Oh, wait.
Nobody said why.
Until a few days ago.
No, nobody said why, Chef.
It's not
nobody. We know why.
Nobody's saying why, but I'm just saying. I want to answer this question. Until a few days ago, when this interview came up, and even myself, I was horrified by what I seen on it. And she can't come back from it. All right? She can't come back from that. At this point, she's forever. She's forever to the other side, or she's lost over here. But she's gonna definitely be totally to the alt-right. If because this was a money grab for her, without question. So at the end of the day, she was wrong. And I'm not supporting her movement whatsoever. I'm not supporting her.
Did you catch what
the problem? Hold on. The problem that I keep saying that I'm having is with folks that's empowering her into their heart so much that they're gonna do something like where eBlack is now. You talking about her black staff like as though they did not earn their place. They did earn their place. They deserved their spot. And I don't believe they were tokens. But when you empower her so much, that's not a good thing because now you take our power away. You give masses so much power at some point, you take away our power.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Since and hold on, Andre, give me 1 second. I'm gonna edit this layout and I'm gonna add you on here. But since it just sounds like eBlack's hating, eBlack the hater. Let's hear what somebody else would say, because I don't think my message is getting across. I don't think my message, because it sounds like I'm just hating, or I'm just some wild radical black guy, right? Here, let's listen to what. Oh God, I put the wrong damn video up. Let's hear what MTR had to say, and I think the way that he presented it was exactly how I think everybody's pretty much saying.
No question. I seen the shit. I know what he said. Go ahead, play for him.
Beat around the bush for this conversation, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. Pearl, you f***ed up. You knowingly invited a white supremacist and a self-proclaimed racist onto a platform which is primarily supported by, at least initially, and produced by Black people. This comes across as insensitive to downright nasty. And I want to be clear, it's not just inviting said person to the conversation that's upsetting, because conversations with people who don't agree with each other or don't agree with a particular position, if done in a healthy way, can promote civil discourse. But your up was to not only not defend the people who help create the content on your platform, but to also push a narrative that is insensitive and damaging to those very same people. Pearl, you know that your staff is mostly Black people. And I'm talking about from a production perspective as well as a talent perspective. You also know that the majority of your content utilizes Black people talking about Black relationship issues. You could have had Black people sitting in the same room with this person in order to combat some of the hellacious things that were coming out of his mouth, or to have a different perspective that would have lent itself well to demonstrate the respect for the people that watch your content and that you employ. I don't think that your platform would be as big as what it is today if it wasn't for the essential utilization of Black people, Black relationship topics, and Black talent. And
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'm just tripping, right, Chef?
You know what?
I guess I'm just a pro-Black Negro with 2,000 subs that don't know what the fuck he's talking about, right?
Listen, yo, you know what? Let me just tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. I ain't gonna tell you what you are now, but I'm gonna tell you what you. I'm gonna tell you what you finna do, what you finna be when you sit down and you watch this shit tomorrow, right? I said everything that he said. Stop.
Okay.
But the thing is, you listening. That's why I said I feel like I'm talking to my Black baby mama. Okay, you listening with your heart, you're not listening with your ears. I stated what she did was reprehensible. I even spoke to specifically, even when it wasn't just where she was playing innocent, I even told you that she was pulling certain things out, and I specified what she did and how reprehensible it was. Okay, and I even said that at this point I don't even want an apology from her. Okay, and I spoke to it. When you hear it, you're gonna hear it. But what it is, in order for this to work, obviously you got to make sure you're on the other side of the table, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is, I didn't say anything differently than what he's stating. Nothing. I'm keep saying I'm not speaking to her now. I'm speaking to the rebuilding stage. I'm speaking
So
to
take the
the people
accountability
that
off
hold
the
on.
part.
The people. It's not take account. Nigga, you be the motherfucker that does the whipping. Okay. Hold on. You be the motherfucker that goes do the whipping and put them on trial. I'm rebuilding. And in order to rebuild, one of the things is dealing with sensitive ass niggas like you to make you fucking
Oh, so
stand up and
MTR is sensitive too?
not let your
MTR is sensitive too.
not let your 40 something 50-year-old
Oh,
sensibilities
so now
be
I'm too old to
be
hold
so
people accountable.
willy-nilly that you let some fucking 25-year-old white chick whip you around into such a frenzy where you're so
So
broken.
MTR got whipped into a frenzy too.
Nigga, you told me empty. I'm a grown ass man, dog.
Okay, so why is it so hard for black men to hold people accountable? The whole statement says holding Pearl accountable.
Yes,
You're
so hold
talking
her
about
accountable.
rebuilding.
Hold her accountable. That's your
You're going
job.
too
I'm
far.
talking
We're
about
not
the
at
message.
we're not
I'm
about
talking about
rebuilding
making
parts
sure
yet.
that while you whipping her, you're not throwing away the good message that she
The
wrote in
paramedics
on.
are still at the scene. We haven't even dumped the body off yet.
Wait. You heard what you just said? Pay attention. Listen to what you just said. You just proved my point. What did you just say? Paramedics are still at the scene. But you already right, but you already skipped past the fucking trial to sentencing. And now you in the sentencing,
We're not
motherfucker.
even at
Wait,
the sentencing
hold
part.
on. Paramedics are still at the scene. So the people that are hurt, we are still attempting to stabilize the victim and the patient, right? We still trying to get them right. Nah, you want to go and flog the so didn't you just say paramedics still at the scene? That's
Yes.
your point. Okay. But you skipping past the whole trial all the way to sentencing. I'm
How?
over here
We seen the
because
crime.
accountability is sentencing. You know,
All we're
the
saying is
paramedics
that we
don't
want.
the
All we're
paramedics don't
saying is that
deliver
whatever comes.
accountability.
No. We're saying is that whatever comes of this, we want a specific action. We're not even saying, hey, cancel her. We're not even talking about sentencing. We're not even talking about none of that. You're all the way down the line talking about, I don't want nobody disrespecting the red pill movement and the black manosphere using her. I don't want this to be an example. You're talking about a whole bunch of other stuff when we're just saying, stick right here, hold her accountable. We'll get to that later. We'll get to the other stuff later. We're talking about literally the fact of what she said. That's all.
Can I ask you a question, eBlack?
Yes.
If she has a predominantly black staff, why would she have this interview?
Because we feel that well, from my understanding, from the information that I know about, is that she is at 1.5, right? She has a goal to get to 2 million.
Okay.
You have to open your platform to do that.
Right.
So, having controversial figures.
But having a predominantly black staff, then she think that they'll be as sensitive. Didn't think that will be not right towards them. And when y'all say what, I mean, I don't watch her like that, so I'm just saying having a predominantly black staff, she didn't take their feelings in consideration.
She didn't take their feelings. She didn't take her audience. She just basically just said, forget all that. I'm going over here. I think she really tried to skirt past this interview as good as she tried to, but like I said, black people and white people will have a conversation in front of each other, be all good, but get two white people alone, different conversation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just wondering if she have a predominantly black staff, I would think she would be more sensitive to how they feel. This person right here.
Yeah, this is wild, yo. This is wild. When I say this is wild, like I'm looking at what you call this comment, Evie's comment, right? It's because it sounds like you're still gonna support her, chef. And tell her that just because it's a slip up, she's still a good messenger, right? I don't know if you was watching this show. I swear to God, I don't know if you was watching this show.
Chef gonna drop a
I
super
never.
chat
Hold on a
tomorrow.
second. I stated that what she did was reprehensible. I never even said that she made a slip up. I never even used the term slip up. I said her even agreeing to meet with this person was reprehensible. I stated that she never should have done it. So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not supporting what she did. I'm not supporting it. I stated it was reprehensible. I stated it was wrong. I stated all of that. The only thing I keep stating it, and I'm going to state again, is she pimped a message. That was a message that's a good message. And I want to make sure that we don't throw the message out with the bathwater. And that's the key. There's people that are shaming folks that were listening to what she was stating. What she was stating was the same shit Kevin Samuels was stating, Rollo Tomasi was stating, Obsidian was stating, all of the Black Manosphere was stating. It wasn't her own stuff. She was stating stuff that the Black Manosphere and the Manosphere was already. Coach Greg Adams, Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, all of them. Not one thing that she came out with was her own. She just studied it. The point that I'm stating is that now she came and she revealed herself in the way that she revealed herself. Don't throw out the good work that was done, not by her, but by that message, which was not her message. So I'm not stating that she is the great messenger. She pimped a good message that helped a lot of people understand. But you got folks right now that's saying, you see, I told you that message was bullshit. Look at her. No, it wasn't her message. That's why I keep speaking to her being a 25-year-old white girl, not because of innocence, because what I'm stating is her lack of power. She may have gotten all of those views, but in the end, it wasn't hers. We already know in this world, you put a, young white Caucasian face on something, it's going to move it forward. Black artists in the 40s, 50s, 60s, they couldn't even have their own face on their own record. It was white people that would put on the record, on the album covers. We get it. The whole point is that message was not her message. The message was not her message. Don't destroy the message because of her foolishness. Accountability, hold her accountable. Accountability is accountability comes homeostatically as well. Her accountability is already taking place. People who were just with her 72 hours ago are talking her down. 72 to 96 hours ago, freaking MTR was with her.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm stating is that it's already taking place. It's already taken place. But I'm not defending her. I'm not her supporter. Where's all of that shit? You know what I'm saying? The whole point is I watched her. It was entertaining. But at this point, she fucked up. She fucked up. But if she was a math teacher, now that I see that she fucked up, 8 plus 8 still equals 16. I don't reject mathematics because of this particular math teacher. That's the point that I'm stating. But like I said, check the replay.
He said it's low voice.
only in due time will you will see if she changed, or you'll see things change for her.
I doubt it. It's too late. I really think by now she would have gotten the picture. Like, oh, we got to get ahead of this. I think right now I really think right now she's just gonna ignore it, and I think it's just one of those things. Like, you know, we just gonna raise hell for a minute, and then the people who want to get next to her are gonna have to make that moral choice of saying, "Hey, do I want to grow my channel? Do I want to grow my brand or my business, or do I want to take a moral stand?" I don't think, like I said, I really don't have no faith in none of this because, like I said, she's too big. She's too large of a channel, too large of a moneymaker. This is what happens. That's why we have presidents that can say he can grab a woman in a pussy and still become president. You know, it's like,
So you think this right here is
Them pussies voted.
you
yeah,
you think this right here, you think this right here ain't gonna people, some people gonna be upset and then some people is gonna like act like it doesn't mean anything.
yeah. Clout is a hell of a drug.
Yes, I do
Clout
think.
is a hell of a drug. And once people get addicted to it, it's hard to really turn off. So, like I said, it's one of those things where like she's already deleted the video off of Rumble. Like I really don't think I if she's already deleted the video, she was in the chat of Bernard Riley yesterday, and like I said, I just don't think I think with the combination of other content creators protecting her,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're not gonna get anything out of this. You know, now if all of us black men were like MTR and stood on some,
Mm-hmm.
then you might have seen it. But there's too many other there's too many of them. Like I said, this is a coons. There's a lot of coons in the circuit, and they're not willing to stand on nothing. And they don't know how to articulate accountability. What they want to do is like I keep trying to say is like we keep talking about red pill rage and manosphere talking points. This has nothing to do with none of that stuff. This has to do with accountability for words and actions. But
Well,
they keep moving the goalpost to say that, oh, we're mad because she's successful, or we're mad because she copied Kevin Samuels. If you don't like her, then you don't like Kevin Samuels, right? It's like it's all about everything else other than the fact that she said that slavery was not that horrendous. I just can't understand why we keep like why we are not understanding the simple fact of that. Now I'm adding a little bit more color to it because I understand where she started from. I also don't like her as a content as just content creating wise. Like, you know, she's all right. So I might come from a different perspective. Chef may say, yeah, that's reprehensible, and then move on.
but for you, it's a little personal.
It's not personal. It's not personal. It's just I think the statement is personal, but to her, it's not personal. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, I hope you die, and I hope something happens to you." It's like, I know it's gonna. I know what this is about. I've
Sounds
already been
personal
around.
though.
No,
It does. I mean, when I say this,
I wasn't
I
even
say
gonna make this stream, Chef. See, that's what I'm saying, Andrea. We weren't even gonna make this stream. We were arguing on the phone for like a good 20,
I
30
woke
minutes.
up and went to the bathroom and I see y'all on. I'm like, wait a minute.
We were literally arguing for like 20, 30 minutes, and then we was like, man, we should at least do this online. And that's the only thing that's the only reason why we're here today. But other than that, if it wasn't for Chef having a great idea, I probably would have went to sleep and moved on and jumped in somebody else's comments saying the same thing I'm saying. So
So you feel like you feel like she deleted the video. You feel like she's not gonna apologize. You feel like she's gonna ignore it and move on.
Yep.
And keep making her money.
Yep.
And that's black folks is gonna be fake outrage. It's gonna be complaining, but nothing's gonna change.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Don't address it. Don't address it. Don't act like it's an issue. Next thing you know, it doesn't matter because, like I said, you're gonna get another black face to come up on the show. The black people around her are still going to be working with her. They still need the clout. Ain't nobody going to take a stance on nothing. So this ain't, like I said, all we're doing is all I'm doing is that just as a black man saying, hey, this ain't cool. And there are actions that I wish that would happen. But other than that, until I get to that, when I get to that point, when I get to the point of MTR and I'm able to make that statement, maybe somebody can take me more serious.
There's an interesting point.
Because I'm not the only one saying it, right?
Right. There's an interesting point, right? When they speak to slavery and everything, right? You understand where she's located, right? That's an interesting thing. And I know people are just thinking, oh, me and him is going back and forth. That's not what I'm talking about right now. So elevate your thought. The slavery conversation is the main conversation that's incensed the black people, right?
It's the only one that we can
Hold
really
on.
No. I just want to be clear. It's one of the conversations, because really the whole shit is
you don't know, just you don't know where I'm going. So you got no clue. So you don't got.
All right, my bad. I'm mad.
Right. You can, like I said, elevate your mind out of thinking I'm going back and forth against you. Just listen. I'm saying this is an interesting point right now. You talk the issues that she spoke to were slavery related issues. And what's interesting is the fact that when you speak to slavery and you look at her geographical location, right? Majority of the black people that are in UK are not in the UK by virtue of the slave trade. They're in the UK by virtue of natural immigration. So in terms of what you were stating, that she'll probably keep her staff and all of that, more than likely, yes, because the slavery aspect is something that was 400 plus years of oppression for Black American people. You get what I'm saying? So when people state, are the folks that work around her, are they going to leave based on that? They're not Black Americans. They're the children of folks that immigrated from Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, Congo. So Nigeria, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same as though someone whose great-great-grandparents may have been a slave. So there are different type of impacts that are going to impact the people. So in terms of the particular punishment, the only punishment that we can do, right? What did I do? I said I wasn't sending no more super chat. I canceled my membership. Outside of that, what am I going to do? A 7-hour stream, or 8-hour stream, right? Talking her down. Shit. Piece of Darrell Long, he did a 7-hour stream and he laid a whole lot out, right? Piece of the Horseman. He laid a whole lot out. At this point, the only thing that I can do is divest my support. I was prepared to go to London. I was prepared to do some chefing for the staff. That would have been an opportunity for me myself. But at this point, I've divested myself of wanting to do that based on what I thought was a reprehensible act. I put my money where my mouth is. I took my L, and I'm moving along. What else can I do? Am I going to stand on a mountaintop and bitch and moan at this point? You can bitch and moan. I got wounds to lick. Because There's opportunities. There's opportunities for several people. There's opportunities for me. I could have expanded my platform by virtue of my passion, which is cooking. And this young 25-year-old woman did the reprehensible. So now I'm also impacted by it. So the point I'm saying is, nigga, I got a dog in this fight. And I'm speaking the way that I'm speaking. So for anybody that's talking about me supporting and this, that, and the other, you could speak to whatever you want to speak to. I'm taking an L based on that. I'm taking a loss of opportunity, income, this, that, and the other, whatever. And I understand that's the way life works. You win, you lose. That's the ebb and flow of life. But I'm talking what I'm talking. There was a wonderful young lady named Maggie, the substitute teacher. I broke bread with Maggie, great people. Claire. Love you, Claire 76. Pearl is cool with several people that I'm cool with. At this point now, there's several people that are close to her, that are connected to her, that are being impacted by this. And I don't have to say a bunch of names. So, look, man. In terms of this whole thing, I get it. People want rolling heads. Go get the rolling heads. I'm not the go chop with the head person. You go do that. You got the executioners. I'm gonna be over here cleaning up the crime scene and trying to get the people that were harmed better and keep them moving. You go over there, you do the execution. You know what I mean? You put them on trial. That's you. Well, I'm gonna do me.
Maybe the people who are around Pearl might impact her to do a different show and to impact her to know what she said was wrong.
I'm sorry. The one thing that I know.
Yeah, you gotta see it, Andre. I'm gonna just say this to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know if the way you're speaking to it,
mm-hmm.
you ain't see it. So this is not one of those where somebody telling you what it sounds like. It was fucked up. It was fucked up. You understand where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know even you was defending me at one point when I want you to understand. It was fucked up, my friend. This is not what you got to watch it. I'm gonna find a link where they got it, but you got to see it yourself.
I mean, I'm taking it from you guys. It was, but what if Pearl has people who are African American and she hangs out with and stuff, maybe them people can impact her and see the error of her ways.
African. She's not in America. She's in the UK.
Yes, in the UK.
They're not African American. African American are people that are black that live in the United States. The people that she's around are actually African.
Okay.
Holocaust was not special, and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
I deny some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they're embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna get trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible. It was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
So, that's just one part. There's a couple other parts where, you know, I think technically you can catch on, but if we're not really gonna play the gotcha game. But I think overall this was not a good look.
Right.
You know, mind you, this is a young Nick Fuentes who was in Charlottesville during the Charlottesville white protest, alt right protest. You remember that?
Yes.
Where a person died because they got hit by a car.
Yes.
So it's
Mm.
it's not a good look. It was, and then when she tried to equate, like saying that we're embellishing slavery so we can control somebody, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know so I think apology would be the best thing. That's all I'm expecting, just some words and some respect. But I get it. She's too big of a channel. She represents too much. Can't hold her accountable.
That's not what
and
I'm
and
saying.
and then
I have a
hold
question
on
for you.
hold on.
What,
And,
how
and
you gonna
I just want to hold on.
hold somebody
Chef,
accountable for
chef,
something they wanted to do? What if that
chef,
was her
chef,
plan?
chef. Okay,
Go
I get
ahead.
it. I'll answer that. But chef, Andrea, you asked about something earlier.
Yes.
What are you expect her staff to do, right?
Yes.
Know one thing. I know one thing.
Mm-hmm.
When people are getting paid and they're benefiting off a situation, they are least likely to have morals and make a stand. So I don't believe their staff is business as usual.
You got a job. Did you hear what you just said? When
And that's
somebody's
fine.
getting
That's
paid,
fine.
you said it's least likely. You said if somebody's getting paid to do a job, it's least likely for them to have morals. That was what you just said.
Yeah.
If you meant something else, okay, but that's what you said.
Yeah.
The thing is,
M- m-
why don't you hold on 1 second?
Go ahead.
When Andrea asked that question and I addressed it, I literally spoke to the fact that, well, they don't have a dog in that fight because they're not Black Americans.
Yes.
They're immigrants that went on their own, and their family went from Africa to go to where they are. So I basically stated that they don't have that societal historical resonance with slavery that a Black American would. Remember,
That's a good point. That is a good point.
yeah, it is a good point, because remember, who sold us into who got us from the middle of the Congo all the way over to the gates of Sierra Leone? There were no white people there. So I don't even want to go into that conversation, right? So the point that I'm stating is, when you go to talking about the people that's in Africa, that's why I spoke about the fact that they are immigrants. They're not Black Americans. So slavery ain't touched them, Andrea. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. I understand.
These are the people that got to stay home while all of the rest of the neighbors on the block was getting kidnapped. You got me? These are the ones that got to stay home.
Yes.
Right. So where the kidnappers took the kidnappees to, these people that got to stay home, they can go there for vacation. You understand? So it's not going to hurt them the same way it hurts us.
Right.
Okay? My parents were born in Haiti. So obviously, literally, we made it that far across the Atlantic. That means we were part of the slave trade too. Only difference is it was the French that had the Africans that I was a part of. You know what I mean? And we made it to a island a couple 100 miles off of the tip of Florida. So I'm part of the slave trade too, because I'm not in Africa. We made it all the way over there. So the point is, we can't say these people are not honorable people just because they're doing a job. These are hardworking people. And these are hardworking people. And this is the second time you did that, E-Black. This is the second time you gave this 25-year-old white woman so much power that
being realistic,
the
Chef.
first time you
We're being
disrespected
realistic,
those black
Chef.
people, and now this is the second time where you're saying that because they got a job that they're not able to move ethically and morally. It's the second time. How much power are you going to give her? Oh, and then of
I'm
course
talking
you're giving her
about
power over
everyday
your
people.
heart.
I'm talking about everyday people.
You're
A
talking
lot of
about her
people, a
employees,
lot
the
of
staff.
yes, I'm talking about everyday people who work for people who do not agree with what their CEO may do, but they still go to work. I don't
What is-
expect them to make a grandstand of this. I have no expectation. That's no disrespect to them.
But you question their ethics and their morals. You literally spoke to their ethics and their morals because they receive a paycheck.
Okay.
Right. How does that make that make sense? That's what I'm saying. This is the second time. The first time, you remember what you said initially about them? That pretty much that she just
Chef.
surrounded them as tokens. You literally
No, you
are
equated
taking
to
away their
tokens.
value and giving her all of the value.
Chef,
And that
you're doing
inherently
it.
is how
You're
you
moving the
give the other
goalposts.
side power, bro.
No, you're moving the goalposts.
You are giving your power up, man.
I do not. Okay, can I? Why is it so hard to understand that people do this every single day, and I do not hold them to any different standard. I will not call for them to make a protest. That's all I'm saying. I do not expect for them to. Do I wish they would? Would I love for them to go up and say and make a public message and say, yeah, Pearly fucked up and we don't support that? Yeah. Do I expect it? No. Why? Because I know how people act when they get clout and a paycheck. That's not disrespectful.
Mm.
You cooking on mute?
That's interesting. I remember at some point. I remember at some point you worked for the government.
Okay.
Oh, you need me to say more?
Yeah, I'd like for you to expand.
Listen to what you just said. I just said to you at some point, I remember you used to work for the government, bro. Do I hold you liable to the governor? To the mayor? Do I hold you liable to their policy? Do I hold you liable to all of that? Do I expect you to forego your responsibility to your family and your legacy based on the politics of another person? You quit your job at election year when the motherfucker you don't like wins? When you work in government? As people, we're trained to work. We don't even like our direct boss. We're trained how to move past that kind of situation.
Which is more of the reason why I understand why they wouldn't make any stand. You're proving my point. Just like I wouldn't have them do anything that I wouldn't do.
Yeah, but you saying I'm proving your point. The point is, I'm
not.
It's not right. It's not right. You putting you. For one, she's known for having a solid staff. Is one thing. She's known for having a solid staff to the point where they were able to do certain things and scale up. King Richards had more subs than her at one point. She passed him. He works for her now. She signed him. This group of people, of whiz kids, of of Black excellence were able to help blow her up, and she pays them and supports them. But one of the early arguments that you made was that, like, these were just some tokens, that she was just like some token
I never
donkeys.
said tokens.
You didn't say token, but you said that she's got
You're
Black people
insinuating.
around her in order to do this. And I said to you, how dare you say that when these people are skilled Black people? Why? And I see
that's what you
Gabrielle saying
equated.
about the 26. When I keep saying about this 25-year-old girl, you are taking away the power of what these people are doing and
Chef,
giving
you're
it all
doing it
to her,
again.
bro.
Chef, you're doing it again. You're trying to make me say things and take positions and things that I
He said,
have not
stop,
said.
you're hurting me. You're hurting me.
Look, I'm not gonna
Now you
take it.
sounded like a
Okay.
white lady.
Look, I
Hell
will
yeah.
repeat. Yes, she got propped up by Black people. That means good. That means they did good work. That means they deserve the credit they should get and the respect that they should get. That's not a disrespect. Now, if you heard token in there, or if you heard that they're making subpar content, then that's your that's your opinion. But I directly said that they did a great job in propping her up. That's a compliment. Much like I'm saying that I do not expect them to take any losses in this situation because I know how people are. I think okay, let me also give you an example. O'Shea Duke Jackson says that, hey, I do not work with white content people outside of my race. That's his stance. Do I expect everybody to make that stance? No. Do I applaud his stance? Yes. As a Black man, yes. But do I have those same expectations? No. And that's the thing. Whenever we speak out for things, we always try to envelope the whole entire struggle. The whole entire struggle. We try to solve with one stream or with one outrage or with one protest, we try to solve all of the African diaspora slave trade. It's like, come on now. We can do this slowly but surely, one bit at a time. Pause.
Well, at the end of the day, get our own people. Get our own people to support each other.
That's what I want.
If we get our own people to support each other, maybe she can piggyback on the message that was left for us. How about that?
I'm sorry, I wasn't even on camera this whole time. I said it all passionately too. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think we should be supporting each other. I definitely think we should have like 5 or 6 just Pearly things, you know?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But
So I'm just
if we
maybe
support each other, because
yeah.
there's a lot of men and a lot of women who say it and who have great production quality. It's not just that.
Yeah. So support each other and
But this is the reason why we should.
yes, this is the reason why we should. And my thing is, you can make an effort. What you can say is, they can unsubscribe from her if they want to too. That's their choice.
Yeah.
But do you?
But like I said, it's so fresh right now. I'm really waiting for her to really respond. But like I said, oh, matter of fact, Chef, she was in the comments section and Bernard Rowley's stream while she was getting protected by some of the panelists that was up there. This is why I don't think nothing is gonna happen because at the end of the day, when I was on that stream and while I was listening to what people were saying, I could tell that she didn't give a fuck. That she wasn't gonna apologize for shit. And so that's why I'm just like, okay, all we can do is speak up and speak out. Because there's too many detractors, there's too many protectors, enablers, there's too many of them. And like I said, unless if everybody if we had more MTRs, then I could see maybe.
Too many
But
enablers, too many all of that.
mhm.
Listen, you know what you're sounding like right now? So too many enablers, too many. just speak about the punishment. You get what I'm saying? At this point, look, she did some fucked up stuff and said some fucked up stuff and revealed some fucked up stuff, which showed some fucked up stuff about her character that she will never be able to come back from. Plain and simple. Happened with Mel Gibson, biggest actor. Okay. Fucked up his whole career talking about some stuff. Made one of the greatest movies ever, Passion of the Christ, and he's still
No,
fucked up in
Braveheart.
the game. But anyway, all right. I'm talking about Blockbuster, right? So
Braveheart was blockbuster.
nigga, it did not make more money than Passion of the Christ, man.
I mean,
now
but
you
the
want to argue
Passion of the Christ was
mathematics?
easy.
Listen, forget, man. Look, we ain't talking about that.
Okay, everybody.
You want to argue? This guy want to argue the color of fucking peanut butter, right? So he's like, but if it's crunchy, it's different. So anyway, you see, he did that shit to derail my thought process, bastard. So what I was saying was, you fucked me up, man. You fucked me up. You fucked me up. But anyway, man, look. Bottom line is this. What is it that you want from her?
Like I said, I think.
What is it? When I say what do you want from her, she can't come back from it. She's messed up. That's the point where I was at. She's messed up. It's a wrap. So, what is our energy moving forward? We're going to sit down and flog her, or we're going to just ostracize her. And some would say ostracize her or alienate her, right? But now, what you're saying is no, that's not going to work because other people are going to watch her. No. So then my question is, what do you want to poison her? You want to send out a hitman? Like, when we talk about the accountability, we're going to bring accountability is not something that you deliver. You can be the person that is the bearer of accountability, but accountability is something that somebody else has to deal with. And now, if you find yourself putting your energy into holding a person accountable for exposing their own personal truths, whether on purpose or by mistake, you become their slave. You become theirs. Now you're going to spend your time worrying about whether or not she's going to be held accountable. Like, are we serious? We going to sit there. So you want to go? You want to call up Patrice Colors or whatever and get BLM and then pick it her fucking crib? Like, how much energy do you want to expend in terms of her accountability, especially when you stated a bunch of black people could stop patronizing her, right?
I never stated
that. I'm done, but you said that
I never stated
that. You said that she's not gonna lose. You stated she's not gonna lose anything. You see what I'm saying?
Once again, all I ask for is a simple apology and a statement of the reasons why that she was wrong. That's all I can ask. As far as canceling, no. I don't think that's I don't have many expectations out of this. So it's just what it is. I know how I foresee how this is gonna go, and like I said, there's too many people eating off the plate. So I don't have any expectations out of this. So the only thing that I can ask is, hey, apologize, state why, and from now on, maybe we can start galvanizing each other so we can have more representations of ourselves at that higher level.
Look what Shannon B just said. You see it?
Yes. And shout out to Von Bryant too. Ain't
Von
nothing
Bryant's
gonna
killing
happen
it.
tomorrow. Ain't nothing gonna happen tomorrow on Obsidian Show. She will be on there, and you're going to see all the fiddles come out. Yeah. Look, they do this. Look, I know how this stuff go. This is not like this is light. All I'm saying is like just because, like I said, just because a black man speaks out about things, we always try to figure out a way to say that you're overreacting and you shouldn't worry about it. Get your bag, get your money, do better content. It's the same old stuff. The one thing, it's just like when stuff happens out in the real world, black people should, hey, this black person got treated wrong. Don't go to the police station and protest. Don't do nothing. Just go back home. It's like, come on now. When can we speak about things and just speak about things and make conscious decisions to either support or not support? That's all I'm saying is this, and you know me, and Chef, I didn't even want to do this stuff because I already know what was going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. She's not going to apologize.
I don't expect an apology. I expect a statement.
I don't expect
an apology.
Nope. Too busy.
I will say this. That's because the reason that I don't expect an apology is because I believe it's going to be a statement that's going to be prepared. And making an apology, is going to be a high degree of a fallback. Now, very important, very, very important. And this is the key. This is the reason that I felt like I wanted you to have some respect for those people in her circle. If there's ever a group of black people that I believe that could get her to apologize, it would be her staff.
Yeah, probably.
It would. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that it would be her staff because she put it like this. If she was to fire them tomorrow or they quit tomorrow, they would get hired in terms of as a tandem, and so
I get what you're
you get what I'm saying.
I get what
I
you're saying,
don't believe that she's going to make an apology unless she's compelled. The apology, if the apology is given, I don't believe the apology is going to be as much of a business decision. But if it's a statement, I believe that's going to be more of a business decision. And when I state apology, not just some basic ass apology, I mean an actual real apology.
Without black people behind her. If she does it with black people behind her, that would be fucked up.
It doesn't matter. We know there's black people behind the camera. I mean, her shit you get what I'm saying? Her shit is black people. So
but the optics, man. The optics.
I mean, if you and everything is optics, bro.
Optics.
You in a minute
Everything
you saying all she got is black people.
You can change the
and
world.
then now
with
you're
optics.
like, why she got that black maid? She got the black people around her.
Everything is optics, man. What are you talking about? We're on YouTube.
Okay, so then
cameras.
so she should fire a couple black people and give the money to the white person now while she's apologizing to black people.
No,
man, come on, man.
All I'm saying, she made this.
Oh,
I'm saying, she
could have paid black people.
She did the interview by herself without any black people. She needs to make this statement and apology by herself without any black people.
Oh, you mean without black people on the screen? Because remember, the people, everybody around her is black.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the optics, no. I don't want to see 10, 12 black people behind her while she's making this statement.
Yeah, man.
Andre, Do you
I
understand?
understand what you're saying. She was out there doing this interview with this boy, and she didn't see no black people on the camera with her. She should be doing this apology with other black people. I get that. I understand that. And it is optics. Sometimes we don't think it should be, but it is. We're looking at what she's doing. And then she come out and apologize and I I think that this might not I just don't think she's gonna be canceled. I think
Yeah.
she's too popular. I hope she do the right thing. And what they say is change behavior. And let's see going forward what she does.
Mhm.
Everybody,
Here's the gig.
everybody, everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes we make the can't make deadly mistakes, but everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah. Andrea, I've made a lot of mistakes
Well,
too.
me too. I made a lot of mistakes that everybody need to be knowing about. Okay. Mm.
And
Yeah, you know one
they
thing.
hold me just as accountable.
Mm.
I'll tell you this much. In terms of her going forward,
Mhm.
what is it gonna be?
Mhm.
The thing is, race and racial issues has not been a part of her conversation.
Well, maybe
She's
that's what.
around. She's around. She's around black people a lot when she's on the street. She's around all the races, right? When she's
Mhm.
doing the street talk,
Mhm.
she curates the shows. There's a lot of black people, but she is not discussing black issues. She's discussing male and female issues. She's discussing issues that white people pay attention to, that all the races. She talks manosphere
Chef,
stuff.
you're doing
She's
you're doing this
she doesn't
stuff.
hold on one second. Just hold
Y'all,
on one
who
second.
are we
Listen,
still
listen,
talking
listen.
about? Just Pearly? Are we talking
I'm
about the woman
listen.
who created her whole channel off being the whitest woman, and then you say she doesn't talk about race relations?
The fuck
It's the
does that
most
mean?
wildest thing. Y'all
So
just
so 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 E
transformed
Black,
into y'all
E Black.
transformed the whole
Okay,
woman
okay.
into
So
a
all right. So that means that E Black made himself popular by being the blackest nigga in the room. Okay, all right. Nighttime is just teeth and eyeballs you see. All right. That's how he made. Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck is you talking about?
Bro, you're doing
Oh
the
my
thing.
god, man.
You're doing the thing where
Jesus
it's like,
Christ, yo.
Just Pearly
Yo,
never
this
talked
shit
about
runs
race.
deep with you
And
guys.
wait,
Jesus
wait.
Christ, man.
I'm sorry. You talking
So
it
by
like,
making herself, she's not talking black, she's talking manosphere issues, but you said by making herself the whitest person in the room.
bro, she's
That's what you said. These are your words. Wow.
am, are we having a disconnect in terms of what I'm saying? Are you not understanding how you are literally saying she does not talk about race relationships or race relations, but then you go and look at how she started her channel, and it was literally about race relations. It's like you're making up a person. You're just literally making up a person. The history does not state that.
Wow.
Y'all kill me with this. Y'all kill me with this.
So you had this hard on for her for a minute, yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I just don't like being. I don't like having dishonest
30 for
conversations.
30 coming soon, y'all.
30 for 30 pearly things.
30 for Pearly.
30 for Pearly.
I'm pretty sure you would put this production on, okay?
30 for Pearly.
30 for Pearly.
Oh man, but yeah, man. All right, we done, man. Because even if I was on the phone, I'd be like, man, I'll fall asleep. You lucky, Andrea here.
Well, I'm about to go back to bed. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Hold it down.
Okay, bye
All
bye.
right. All right, y'all. Well, salute to everybody. Salute to
Come on, show them how black you are.
Salute to the dark skins. Salute to everybody. Salute to the dark skinned people. Salute to the melanated people across the world who had to, you know, make, I was gonna say something. I'd probably get myself canceled. but yeah, man, we had a conversation. This was a conversation that me and Chef was having behind the scenes, and instead of just talking about it, we said, hey, we couldn't do it on camera. So
Yep. But yeah, man. So you know what it is. Let's stay tuned, see what happens. And just like I said, we got messengers, we got messages. Because we lose a messenger or we find out that a certain messenger is no good, you still gonna cash your check if you got a evil mailman, right? You understand what's the truth. And my biggest thing was, don't allow the phenomenal, reprehensible misdeed of this person to steer you away from what your understanding was. The fact that you listen to some of those messages that person spoke about, which were positive messages to be able to make men move forward and understand certain things, and also to hold certain women accountable as well, right?
Yeah.
You can't take away from those words. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's what the feds tried to do when they recorded, put wiretaps in Martin Luther King's hotel rooms and Malcolm hotel rooms so that they can find some sort of information to not just discredit those people, but more so discredit the message. She's nowhere compared to either of those men, but I'm speaking to the importance of the message. And that's why I kept using the term her riding that message to where she got. We always know you put a white girl face, freckles, they're going to get forward. She looked like Wendy's, just without the pigtail shit. You know what it is. It's the way life is. Cool, easygoing. She like brothers. It's easy.
Easy.
Right. So it's easy. You know what I'm saying? But eBlack is still crying about it. When this is what happened is the way it's the way they say it's supposed to work, right? But then the thing is,
I will see y'all tomorrow for the next 30 for Pearly. I should have. You know what? We should have put that on the thumbnail. 30 for Pearly. See, damn it. Ideas come at the industry. All right, y'all. We out.
Yeah, tomorrow at 1 a.m. I'm gonna be arm wrestling Courtney Michelle. All right. Okay. Holla, yo.
All right.
Peace.